Welcome, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 127. This is a game-dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 10:20 tonight. I'm one of your co-hosts, Andrew. I make the show Midori, and I'm joined tonight by the classy douchebag, Mike McLaughlin.
That's me.
We also have the beast from the East, Dean Marchese.
10:20 tonight.
10:20 tonight.
That's actually 10:30.
10:30.
10:30 tonight.
And we also have on the Google Hangout, Gregory Verga, a.k.a. GVZ.
Guys, I'm crying.
What's up?
What are you wearing?
I love our video intros so much. Like, I didn't realize how much I loved us all until I saw them again, and then I'm just so happy. I had a good day. Rainbow, Gay Pride in New York today, everybody.
Gay Pride forever.
Gay Pride forever.
Texas
So
Pride number one.
It's weird
Texas
that it's
forever.
on different days, because we had one in Philly, but it was
Did
like a week or two ago.
Yeah, Gay
Oh,
Pride
wow, yeah.
fans
Well, they
all
want to
the
like
way.
I thought it was like
unify
this
it,
weekend. I
like
thought it was like
everybody,
Friday.
like
Everybody
today's
just
the
man up
day.
together.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah,
Greg,
no,
did
but
you have
it
a good
was-
time today, man?
Oh my god, it was like the best day of my whole life. This was my first ever gay event since coming out, and it was like,
That's awesome.
it was otherworldly. Like, it's just, you don't realize how many other gay people are in the world, and like, you, when you're in
I
the
do.
closet especially, you seem so like
There's a lot.
the community's so tiny and it's so terrifying. So to see that many people out, and it was just like love all around. It was like everybody you saw high-fived you. You would dance with random strangers, which is not different from any other day with Greg, but like, it was cool that it was like gay people on the other side of that high five.
How much iced tea do you plan to go through tonight?
Well, right now I'm about a quarter of the way through the jug. I just opened it.
That's pretty impressive.
Well, Greg, man, we're very happy for you, and we're also very happy that we have over 50 people in the room already.
start?
That is amazing. Off to a great start, because the whole theme of tonight is hashtag road to 8,000.
Yeah.
Choo-choo, motherfucker.
Choo-choo. We're so close. We're only 18 follows away from our follow goal of 8,000. We'll give out 1,000 XP to the entire chat room if we get there. We'll do a little dance. Actually, you know what? We're starting off the show with a little
Oh,
dance.
you
Are
see,
we?
see, this is already getting way out of
Slippery
control.
slope.
We're way out of control. We're just finding reasons to start off
We
with dances.
had a
Every
really
week.
cool thing happen
true.
this week, Dean.
All right.
What
That we're going to
happened?
talk about later. That helped us get to our follow goal offline.
Oh, I know what happened.
See, it's got. I don't like this.
He doesn't like slippery slopes, Drew.
I sure don't.
Well, you're just going to have to
please.
deal with it. Because
Are you going to dance by yourself?
I'll do whatever I have to do.
I'll dance with you.
All right. I just want to
Forever, I'll dance
You
with
can dance if you want to, Dean.
But I don't like the circumstances.
You can leave your friends behind. But if your friends don't dance, I don't know the rest of it. Somebody
Then they're
finish
no
it.
friends of mine.
That's it.
And I am your friend, so I will dance with you.
Of course, Stream Pro's down. I can't do it.
But
Jesus.
I'm gonna write this down for the future.
Damn you, Stream Pro. I can't do the dance
You
thing.
can dance if you
Come on,
want to.
come on. Awesome, I think it's loaded.
Mike,
There it
yes!
is.
Yes, Michael, yeah!
Dance,
Ain't no
bitches.
friends of mine.
I love it. Keep going, Michael. Because if they don't dance, and when they don't dance, then they're no friends of mine. And we can now. Everybody
Thank you so much to everybody
All right.
who followed us throughout the week during a very special event that we'll be talking about during our topic of the week, which
Los
is the 8,000.
events especial. I'm Spanish
How's
now.
how is your Spanish class going, Dean? I assume it's going.
I got a B. I
smooth.
finished. Just got 3 more levels to go. But I got the first one through.
Dean, translate for
Oh,
the kids. Biciclete son verdes.
My bike is Thursday?
Green! My bike is green.
Is green. My bike is green? Is that correct?
Yeah,
I think that's
green.
it, yes.
I think
Green was-
Veritas is green.
Now 60 people in the room. Now we were just saying that we're trying to get to 8,000 follows tonight. Very easy for you guys to do. Just go
Share
to
the show.
twitch.tv/levelupshow. Hit that heart button.
Hit it.
We'll shout you out.
You hit it, and it comes back.
You'll know your
It doesn't
notifications
go
whenever
bang.
we go live.
It doesn't go bang anymore.
And as Mike was saying, in the meantime, share the show. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, or maybe even use that new feature on Twitch where you can create clips of the last 30 seconds and then share that to social media. That's pretty awesome. Do whatever you can. We're trying to build this community tonight. We want to hit 8,000. We really want to do it tonight. It would
I
be super
think
cool.
it's Thursday.
Also,
Sorry.
we're already seeing the new feature in Twitch chat, which is that resubscribers get to leave a little message. And Vitak, thank you so much for 6 months of free
that's
subscriptions.
awesome.
He says 6 months
man.
really. It seems so new still.
That's
Yeah.
good to hear.
Yeah.
I'm glad we can continue
Yeah.
to impress.
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's
Oh,
true.
thank you to
That's
Derek
what
for
I'm
hosting
saying.
us.
When you're
So
in
nice.
love.
I feel like the show's off the rails.
little bit.
We're already starting
Yeah.
pretty strong.
Well, who do we have in the room? We got Greg,
lot
of
of
course. We
people.
got Strafe Girl, Mel, Rammerman, Girl the Games,
Rob,
Megan,
please.
Johnny,
Derek,
Game
Vitak.
Killer, Tobes, D-Day, Vitak. So many. Thank you so much
Now-
for joining us, guys.
I'm
It's
just
a
gonna.
table.
I want to raise an issue.
Are you bracing
here.
yourself?
We need to make some rules about this dance. If we hit the goal off air, then maybe like our first follow when we're live, we do the dance. Because it just feels like
Well, we did get a follow.
We
I
did right
feel-
before we started.
We did. It
that
was,
does not count. We have to be.
We were
gone.
it was loading.
We were live. We were live.
It was loading.
Was
it
I
was
in
on-
the? Was I in this basement?
No, you
No.
weren't.
Doesn't count.
Well, either
There are
way,
many times where we're live and you're not in the basement. There's
Either
a
way,
few times that we're live and you're not
Thank
in
you
the
to
basement.
Hids, as you can see in the upper left-hand corner, for being the first follow of the night.
There we
you.
go. Thank you. Can we
need
dance
to-
again?
we need to
Before
be-
you date, we have to dance again.
No, we gotta be like doing the show because like when you just are like, oh, this happened a few
Let's
days ago,
dance.
we'll dance. It's just soulless. You know what I mean?
Is it
Soulless?
soulless?
Yeah, like I need to feel it.
Mr. Dream Killer over here.
Like I'm not trying to
that
kill the dream. I'm trying to make the dream a reality.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to say the John Travolta in me needs the moment.
Why did you choose John Travolta? I'm curious.
Saturday Night
Saturday Night
Fever,
Fever, dude.
dude.
Oh,
Why?
What is wrong with
I
you?
feel like there's many applications of John Travolta that work.
Because he's a fucking dancing.
I just
fool.
needed to know which
Oh my
application
God.
Dean was going with.
Yeah, he's just a fantastic dancer.
He
Do a
is.
little dance.
The Level Up Show, video games.
If you guys don't know, Level Up Show is a part of the Level Up Network. We're on all week long with gaming talk shows and game streams. We hope that you follow us throughout the night to get us close to 8,000. But if you don't do that,
room already.
do some other things with us. Maybe go to youtube.com/the Level Up Network, where we archive all of our stuff, and we have an exclusive superhero comic book nerdiness show called Power Up.
We do. That's all true.
Yes.
You guys recording tomorrow?
Yeah,
Awesome.
I just wrote the show right before Game of Thrones went live.
The whole thing?
I was sitting there and I was like looking at my clock because I saw it was gonna start. And I was like, "Come on, fuck you, Harry."
Also, guys, follow us on Twitter at the Level Up Network, level spelled LVL. Tweet at us throughout the week.
Yeah.
We're very active there. Got patreon.com/the Level Up Network if you want to do monthly donations. But what
Money.
we're really pushing right now, pushing pretty hard, is singular donations.
Yeah.
So go to levelupnetwork.com/donate. You can do a singular donation because we're trying to get a new desktop computer. We really want to improve the quality of our shows. We've come a long way, obviously, and we're going to talk about that later on tonight when we get close to 8,000, hopefully. But we can take it further. We
Yeah,
can go
absolutely.
further than we have already. So,
Also,
There's a lot of stuff.
the
planned.
process has begun.
Yes.
Our
What
monitor
process?
is on its way.
oh.
Wow.
And like cables and stuff, I
Step
think, right?
one. No, I didn't get any fucking
you didn't get
cables.
any other stuff?
I got the monitor. I got our CPU's cooling, the heatsink, and then the surge protector because those.
Sorry.
I was trying to order as much as I could to get the free shipping,
Right.
so we didn't have to pay for shipping like so many times.
Yeah.
And those were all the items that were on sale right now. So
Works
got
for
'em.
me.
Coming.
Awesome.
On the way.
I trust you.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
So excited.
Gregory,
Yes.
what have you been playing this week?
Oh my god, I finally bought the game that I've been raving about, and I am obsessed with it. Shadow Complex Remastered.
Nice.
It
When did that
is-
come to PS4?
It came. They
months
announced it like 3 or 4 months back. And now it's on the PlayStation Network store 2 weeks ago. I think it came out.
I'm surprised it took you so long.
It was up there longer than that. It was up there at least a month ago.
No, I don't think so because I had it in my car for 2 weeks. I was waiting on another paycheck, and then I
Yeah, but
splurged.
you're also like very elusive, and I feel like you would have not. You're on way. I'm on there like every day. You go in spurts.
I do spurts. I like spurts.
The cape is killing me.
The game is amazing.
Guys,
That should be your superhero. Like,
It's so good.
Rainbow Man?
yeah, we need a name for Greg.
Unity Man.
Unity Man.
That's-
Unity Man.
That's not bad.
I love that.
You're welcome.
Wait. So watch. So I go to the city, right? And my friend's like, "Oh my god, Greg, buy a rainbow cape. Like you have to. Like only you would wear a rainbow cape." I'm like, "You're right." So I buy the cape, but the cape literally comes up to like my belly button, so like you can't wear it as a cape. So they told me to put it to my side and wear it like a cloak, like an Assassin's Creed. So I walked around the city. All of a sudden, these 3 men I've never met before walked up to me. And they're like, "Oh my god, are you wearing that like Ezio Auditore?" I'm like, "What?" I literally started crying. I took a picture with them.
Isn't
that
you
amazing?
actually start crying?
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Lucas Arts, I believe was his name.
Yes.
Said, "Hi there. What is this show?"
A lot of random shit tonight, apparently.
Well, when you break it down, it is a gaming dedicated talk show. Well, and every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, we might have a group of new viewers tonight.
Yeah. So welcome, Case.
Yes, we want to welcome anybody who's new to our channel. We hope that you enjoy the show. We'll be here for the next 2.5 hours or so. Follow us if you do enjoy the show because we are trying to hit 8,000 follows tonight.
Lucas Arts.
Dean,
Lucas Arts. I get it.
get it? Get
Wow.
it.
Fuck
Wow,
me.
dude, really?
What have you been playing, Dean?
I've been playing Mad Max, and it's
how you liking
pretty fun. I like it a lot. I played. What else did I play? I finished Borderlands the pre-sequel. That was all right. We ran through that pretty quickly. And then I think the only other thing I really played since that was, I want to say Mad Max. I'm pretty sure.
Thank you, Lucas Arts.
Thank you, Lucas.
Tell me
Arts.
about Mad Max. It seems like you like it.
I like it. Yeah, it's fun. It's super like by the numbers. It's not done by Ubisoft, but it's very Ubisoft in like check the box, clean up the map, you know, unlock this portion of the map, clean up that area, next. It's super
not a
by the
bad
numbers.
thing.
It gets a little bit repetitive. Thank you for the follow.
And a donation.
Again, 2 this week.
That's Miss Mel also donated
That's
to it and only does PlayStation.
Thank you so much, Miss Mel.
So we got to give
Who
that
just
would
donated
be
there?
She also had the best name for
Miss Mel donated
for
again
Greg's
right
superhero
there.
name.
Thank you,
Captain
Mel.
Gamer.
Captain Gamer.
Captain Gamer.
That's 2 on the nose. Unity
Really?
Man is way cooler.
Unity Man is better?
Yeah.
All right.
Unity Man unifying all people from all over the
I'm
world.
like Captain Planet, but for gay people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, boy.
Thank you, Mel. That's super awesome. Yeah, it's gets a little. I can see how it gets a little bit repetitive. After a while, but I'll tell you what, dude. It's like probably the most beautiful like
Open world.
representation of like in like like an open like desert like I've
Really?
ever fucking seen. Yeah,
Is
it's
it
crazy.
reminiscent of the film?
Yes, yeah. Mad Max Fury Road is definitely present. It's super inspired by that. It takes a lot from the older Mad Maxes too. Like your Max is like Australian. It's got the short hair like Mel Gibson's kind of did, but you can customize a lot. You can customize your car. There's some pretty cool car combat in there. It's really cool. Yeah, it's super like it's really focused about like you get this like shitty car and it's like the main goal is to like beef up your car to be as like badass thing as you can to like take back control for like the people that are left and who are not like insane like scavengers. But it's fun. It's fun.
Good.
I think Lego Star Wars is coming Tuesday. So
trying to
and there
beef
will
it up
be
before
there's
No,
it's pretty
too much.
it's pretty meaty of a game.
Yeah?
There will be a Let's Play of Lego Star Wars this week, by the way, and possibly some
Awesome.
streaming. We'll
Ooh.
see about that. Definitely Let's Play, probably streaming.
It's awesome.
know.
So I imagine I will be taking a break from that.
You might be seeing a little bit more video game streaming on our channel. We're
Yeah.
going to pause that for a second because Hids, who followed earlier
That's
in the
awesome.
show, has now stepped up his game. Step your game up.
Step your
He
game.
leveled up.
As Marcus would say.
Subscribe.
Thank you, LucasArts. Kind
That was actually Hids who just subscribed.
Yes.
No, I was thanking him for his nice comment.
Oh, that's nice.
But
You as
thank
well.
you, Hids, for the subscription. Thank you.
Yeah,
very
that's
much.
amazing. Thank you so much, man. That's a big deal. That's a real big deal.
Yeah.
Where was I going with that? I forgot. Oh, we're going to do
Game
some more
streaming.
video game streaming on our channel.
Yes.
You might even see some more from me. Kristen is starting back at work, and she's going to be working weekends, so that might give me like an hour or two if Evie is asleep to do some game streaming and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So look forward to that. In the coming weeks, hopefully. And thank you, Allison Girl, for the follow.
All sup.
What's that? How you say
All
it?
sup.
All sup, girl. All sup, girl. What's up?
What's
What's up? What's up with you?
Girl.
All sup.
All sup with you? What you been playing, Mike?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot of like real random stuff. I played a lot more Overwatch, which I'm loving. It's just I can't stop playing that. I don't know why. Borderlands I played some. I hate the pre-sequel. Hate it so much.
I can understand
Like it's
that.
just
very frustrating.
So bad.
Yeah.
In comparison to Borderlands 2, which came before it. So
Or even
it's
Tales from the Borderlands, right?
Well,
Yeah.
it's completely
totally
different.
Yeah,
different,
but still,
but-
everything within that universe so far has been
Yeah.
really good, right?
Yeah.
Yes. It's like a step backwards. Like
Yeah.
the one thing that really bothered me was like the hitboxes are terrible.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm with a shotgun, I'm shooting you in the face, and I'm missed.
So bad.
And it's really awful.
And the guns themselves are so underpowered.
Right? Like
Yeah.
that. Okay, I'm glad it wasn't the only one.
No,
'cause
it's
I
not
said, I
just
think
you. It's a-
I can't remember
it's
who
not
I
a
said,
good
and
game.
they were like, "Oh, it wasn't that bad." But yeah. So I played that. I played the Doom demo finally. I need to get that game.
Isn't that awesome, dude?
I was really surprised. I was expecting like it to be kind of like a combination of what it was with more of like Doom 3, which I didn't love too much. But this was really surprising. I actually had a little more difficulty than I thought at the higher difficulty level.
Yeah.
So I like it. I like the upgrade system. I like
Don't
the
you
exploration.
feel like you are like flying? Like you feel like your
Well, it
feet are
feels
not
like
on
the
the ground 'cause
original.
you're like moving so
it feels
fast.
like the original
Not a complaint.
Doom.
It feels great.
No, yeah, it feels like the original Doom, but like brought to the current century, and that's what I love about it. They didn't avoid their, I guess, roots.
Yeah.
You could say, which I
I
really
would like to play
Like
that
even like the
sometime.
part where you need a blue key card,
Yeah.
and you walk and you see a little hole that shows you where the key card is. I'm like, holy shit! I feel like I'm in 1995.
Yeah.
Like that was awesome. So that was really cool. And then I don't think there was anything else that I played on the console, but I did play with PSVR today.
Oh, yes. Please tell me about that.
So that was cool. There's only a few people
First of all,
waiting.
it's cool that our Best Buy was chosen
Yeah.
around here to have
Right.
PlayStation VR.
I think they're expanding more. From what I'm understanding, it's going to be more and more. So check them by you if you haven't gotten a chance to play it yet. It's definitely worth trying out for VR. And I can see how it's the least visually impressive out of the three.
But what did you play?
So I played Valkyrie, the
Okay.
Eve game.
Yeah.
There was also the Ocean game.
So not Batman.
Um,
So you don't want to talk. You don't want to talk about Batman.
No, they can't. They can't. They weren't allowed to show Batman. They weren't allowed to show something else. But there was that. There was a battle tanks. I saw somebody play. I chose the Valkyrie. It was pretty cool. You put the headset on, and I mean, it's literally like you're looking at the things floating in front of you. It's really hard to describe until you actually see it. Like
Right.
everybody that tried telling me what it was like, I was like, oh yeah, I get what you mean, and I had no idea what I was talking about. Not compared to this. It's a little more polygonal than I was expecting it to be. You can see a little more jagged edges and everything like that. But you look around the cockpit and you see your arms, your legs. You see him grab the controls.
Cock. He said it. He said cock.
I did say cock, but the pit of the cock.
You put the pit in the cock.
Pit in the cock. But it's really cool. It was really good. It flowed really well. I can see how some people will get motion sickness, and I see how it's going to even be more problematic for the people with that when they're using theater mode. But other than that, it's extremely comfortable. I had my glasses on the entire time,
Right.
Which was really impressive to me. I was afraid.
Now, here's the thing about it being visually unimpressive. Valkyrie is a game that already was developed, and now they're just trying to port it over to
Wow.
PlayStation VR, as
What?
opposed to a game that's being developed for PlayStation
but
VR.
it works.
Pause your lives.
Everyone
Pausing.
pause. The Queen.
You want to
has
sit here?
arrived.
Because Greg's face is going to be over your face.
On your face.
You can be.
You want to come? Just come sit next to me.
Shut up!
You
Is
can
that
be
my
in there.
girl?
Yeah, it's your girl.
A wee
Girls,
baby.
plural, Greg.
And she brought the other girl.
And she brought the other girl. Make sure my poops aren't hanging out.
To our new viewers, hopefully we have some new people in the room. This is my wife Kristen and my newborn daughter Evangeline.
I'm gonna cry.
That's expected, Greg.
You should join the Level Up show every Sunday. Because
Thanks, Kristen.
Yes. This is what I'm talking
my
about.
boob is lumpy from my eating pad.
Oh man.
There's a little princess.
Every time you don't watch, Evie cries.
It's
a good thing.
Right now.
I'm just saying.
Is she pooping? I don't know. Let me smell her booty.
It's going on. I love it. I love it.
What is
This
that?
is the best.
Oh, this little girl wants some milk.
Where were we? I don't know.
I was
You
wrapping
were
up.
talking about Valkyrie.
VR was great.
Yeah.
Fly spaceships.
What
it's
I was
cool.
saying is that we have to wait for those games that are being developed solely for PlayStation VR before we can make a determination on how the graphics will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's that. Yeah, I agree with that. And that's what I really, from what I understand, I didn't try the Ocean one. The guy before me did. We were talking. He was impressed with how it looked.
Right.
So that one was made for VR stuff, and he was, he liked it. He liked it a lot.
I bet he
So
did.
I'm comfortable with it. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to get my hands on one for myself in my house.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you this question,
Go ahead.
and don't be you about it.
I'm
Be
gonna
real
be
about it.
100% me.
Is it really gonna change video games?
If you know what's funny, as I put it down, I said that's almost the same exact thing, and I said this is the next step for gaming.
I don't believe you.
I know, dude. I know, and
Just
it's
don't.
I need to get over to Best
You
Buy and
need
try
to
it out.
try it.
Yeah.
I really honestly say that you need to
I
go
will
over
try
and try
it.
it.
I will go try it. What's it like? Like, wait, what are we talking about? Like wait time?
There was only 4 people in front of me.
I'm gonna go tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow.
I don't know if it's gonna be there during the week. I
Aw.
don't know if it's. I think it might only be there for weekends, but you can check. But there was for the 4 people, it did take a little while because each demo is at least like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
And
if you
second
go in
question,
line,
are they like cleaning this headset off?
yeah. So after each person, he's like, he has a
Like
Lysol wipes,
germs.
and he's wiping it down. Dude, I was the same way.
I was going to say, all SOP girl has only been with us for 20 minutes, and she's already figured out the show.
Yeah.
It's
What'd you
about
say?
gaming, baby, gay pride, and
Yeah.
dancing.
You
That's it.
will
You got
be
it.
shocked, dismayed, and maybe a little bit horrified about the other things that come up.
Yes.
Just
What-
forewarning you.
What is in the show that you watch?
Literally anything.
Hold on, Greg, what are you saying?
I'm just really happy that I can see this right now. And yes, I'm crying. That's why
I don't have
I
time for your crying, Greg.
Did you
I'm
want me to
sorry.
Sorry.
breastfeed right now for you?
Just don't.
Live on stream.
I don't think that's allowed on
Can't show
Twitch.
nipples on Twitch.
That would be against the Twitch
Can't show
TOS, I
nipples on
think.
Twitch.
That
Like,
said,
I will sue.
social justice warriors would disagree with that.
Maybe.
like
Maybe,
I haven't.
but they
I
don't make
haven't
the Twitch rules.
seen Evie since she was born, and it's just like to see her again. It makes me so happy.
Whose fault's that, Greg? You can come anytime you want.
Are you leaving?
You can't really see her. There, she's drinking her bottle.
She sure is.
Which way do I go?
Anyway.
The angle that we're getting right now is weird.
I'm not
It's
sure
just
what I'm looking
so weird.
And Kristen, I just want to say that you look beautiful, and I just love you as a mother.
See the chub
Thank
on
you,
my
Greg.
hips, man?
I love you
Look at
too.
that chub.
You look
Look
great.
at that chub.
Okay, let me. I think we need to explain why Kristen's acting this way.
Okay.
She realized. Well, she for the first time.
You're
in,
pregnant again.
Like 1 year.
pregnant
No, she's had caffeine.
She was telling me this
for
earlier.
the first time in like a year.
Oh, that's
Yes,
a good
And
stuff.
caffeine.
it's very much affecting her state
You
of
need it.
mind.
You need
Did you
it.
see what I did to Mike earlier? I
Yeah.
bent over and I was like,
She was fixing Evie. She was
Yeah.
doing something for Evie real quick, and she's like right in front of me, and she's like, and I'm like, the fuck is going on?
It's the happiest I've ever seen
the
her.
best day of my life is every
Better
day I
than
have
your wedding day?
caffeine.
Yeah.
She's like, it's like a revelation to her. She's like,
Yeah.
oh my god, this is
I
what
get
caffeine
it.
does to me.
Coffee is fucking awesome.
Because
Yeah, you
when
not be
don't-
for a coffee
when
store.
you don't have it for like a year and then you have it, you're like,
Yeah. I know. I had to not have it for like a couple of weeks when they were like trying to like figure out what was up with like my anxiety, and like I had first started this medicine and they were like, just try not to for like 2 weeks, and I was like, holy shit, I can't do that. And I went the first week and I was like, hey, time's up. Like I gotta have some coffee. And that's how you feel like when you go back. You feel like
oh my
$1,000,000
god,
fucking bucks.
amazing. You feel like you're drugged.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why
awesome.
I'm awake right now, and that's
Drugs
why
are
I'm
awesome.
happy.
Caffeine's awesome.
Oh my god.
Caffeine is awesome.
Oh my
Caffeine's
God.
awesome. Drugs are awesome.
And
No, bad.
Everybody
bad,
go nuts.
Bad, Dean.
We need to slow down. Well, first of all, we're so off gaming right now, we might as well do the official non-gaming portion of the show.
Sure.
It's called the Level Up Show Has No Game, and it's 3 non-gaming topics. Are you ready? 2 minutes each.
Born ready.
Are
if
you
you're lucky, you might hear Evie burp. Listen closely.
Yes. All right, first up.
He's a
Oh, cool.
So, this is kind of crazy. Guess who's playing Zordon in the Power Rangers movie?
You
so
really
out
want to
there.
guess? Because I
Nick
know.
Carter.
You know what's? It makes sense,
No.
and I'll tell you why.
The one who knocks.
The one who knocks.
Walter White?
Walter Damn White.
Zordon.
Wow.
You know
You know
why?
his name.
He's surrounding himself in the blue meth.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
true,
really
he
good
is.
point.
Brian
You're welcome
Cranston,
for that.
aka Walter White,
Yes.
will play whoever you're speaking of.
Zordon from Power Rangers, the
Zordon.
face inside that blue beam.
Oh, he's scary. Yeah, he's
So this story,
What? No, bad.
this
No, he's not
He's
scary.
scary.
He's awesome.
when I read
scary.
this story of the casting, and it took me down the strangest rabbit hole of whatever happened to the Power Rangers after the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Also during
A lot happened. is
They
what
made
happened.
McDonald's wages doing that show. Isn't that crazy?
No, it's
mean?
not crazy, actually.
Sucks.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
you know what's even crazier is Bryan Cranston was on the original Power Rangers
was?
show.
As who?
He was the voice actor for 2 of the villains.
Tell me it was
He was
Goldeye.
Godzilla.
No, it was like 2 random villains.
Oh, I needed it to
But
be
he was
Goldeye.
like a couple corny ass villains in Power Rangers. Like
All the villains.
he's like one of those like oh my god.
That's
like,
fucking awesome.
that was
That's
Bryan
great.
Cranston in a few of the Power Rangers
That
episodes.
amazes
It's
me.
kind of wild.
Yeah, this is pretty fucking crazy.
I'm starting to become kind of optimistic about this movie.
Dude,
A little
let
bit.
me put this out there. 2 of the movies we were so terrified of are now looking to be 2 movies that we're really looking forward to. Suicide Squad and this.
Right? Yeah.
That's
I'm never really
weird.
terrified of Suicide
Yeah.
Squad.
Suicide Squad's always been on my radar.
Really,
I've always been
it's
excited. Yeah.
terrified me and a lot of people. We were all like,
No, I was always. I don't really know.
you were
that
kind of like in the
much.
middle of like, it could be good, it could be bad.
I'm still there. I don't really
Yeah.
know. Like, so I don't care.
I think it's gonna be awesome.
I think it's gonna be great, but I don't really care.
Gregory, I know you're a big Power Rangers fan. You got 15 seconds. Are you excited?
I'm so excited about everything that is this movie except for Becky G playing the Yellow Ranger because
Yeah,
she's
that's
not an
awesome.
actress and she's a little Spanish Disney Channel rapper who thinks she's the shit. But girly, let me tell you straight up, you ain't the shit. Thank you.
Yeah, fact.
Thanks, Greg.
Perfect way to close that off.
Truth.
Who? Becky G.
Tell them the truth. Laying down the truth bombs.
Did anyone
Retweet.
see oh, I'm rushing.
You are. I got 2 minutes here. Batman solo film script. Not ready, according to Ben Affleck. Quotes, I think they, Warner Brothers, have a date for it, although I don't know if I would necessarily be able to make that date because I don't have a script that's ready yet. So that's my timetable is I'm not going to make a movie until there's a script that I think is good because I've been on the end of the things when you make movies, when you have a script that's not good yet and it doesn't pan out. Affleck added of the screenplay's current status saying, quote, I have a script, we're still working on it, and I'm not happy enough yet with where it's going, and to make a Batman movie for which I have the highest of standards. That's something that would have to pass a very high bar for me. It's not just like, yeah, that might be fun. Let's go try this out.
Yeah.
So once again, we're seeing Ben Affleck taking charge here, not letting history repeat itself. I love this guy.
Ben Affleck
Yeah.
is the best thing to have.
Here's
in
the
the DC
here's how you
universe.
know this is going to be awesome, and this is why you love this guy. What more of a thing is there to do that is like Batman than to have a bunch of people being like, "This is the day we're gonna hit it," and him be
And
like,
interview.
"No." I'm like, yes, yes, Ben Affleck, that's the way to do it.
Why should this movie be delayed like a whole year?
Oh my
Because
God.
Ben Affleck's
Yeah.
just
It's
like,
gonna come
no.
after Justice League.
I'm down,
at this
dude.
point.
He is the Batman. Think of that is always what happens. The Justice League's like, Bruce, we got this great plan. This is what we're gonna do, and he's like, no. That's not what we're doing. And his way is always better, and he's always right. That's why he's Batman.
Speaking of like the whole DC universe, what do you guys think of the Justice League logo and how they combined it into one movie now?
I hate the logo.
You're
Really?
talking to the wrong
Hate it.
people.
Hate the logo.
Tell me about it.
It's just it looks like you made it. It looks. I literally went and tried after I said it, and I did it. It looks like they made it in Microsoft Paint in like 3 seconds.
I like it.
Well, yeah, it's just a font with
I
a star
hate.
in it.
Yeah, I hate it.
we
It's
had
simple.
a bunch of you didn't see it?
That
We had a ton
said-
of arguments the first day it came out.
No, I didn't.
I don't think it's going to be the final logo. The
No.
whole consolidating movies, I think, is cool. Everything I've heard so far about Justice League sounds sick.
Good.
No, Kristen as a mom makes me so. You still have 2 minutes, so God.
Yep, last one. Final 2 minutes here. Darth Vader, also known
You're
as
so loud.
Darth
There's a
Vader.
Baby next to you. Darth Vader.
Dark Vader, thank you, has been confirmed for Rogue One. Mon Mothma has a larger role than we expected.
The elusive,
Mon Mothma.
the revered, Mothma.
Now,
What? No, Ben.
Entertainment Weekly had a big story, and they confirmed that Darth Vader's in it, and that James Earl Jones is back as
He's
the voice.
also in it to win it.
Yes. That's not surprising. We figured
No,
this
no.
was going to happen, but they also reported about his role saying that he's not like on screen a lot of the movie. He has a pivotal scene, but it's more that his presence is looming
Felt.
over the entire run
Right.
of the film. Like you're going to feel his presence.
Yeah, kind of like Stinky on Hey Arnold. I was just breathing behind his neck all the time.
Yes. Exactly like that.
Where did you pull that out of, dude?
This old brain.
Now, what do you think is going to be the use of Darth Vader in this movie? Like last 5 minutes? Like, is that what we're talking about?
No, I think it's gonna be
don't know.
like it's gonna be towards the climax. It's gonna be right at the beginning of that climax, and you're gonna see them escaping from him.
Look at the alfalfa point that Evie has right now. It's amazing.
I do think you'll see him at some point.
Yeah. No, you have to see him. You
Yeah.
have to. Is Greg crying still?
You gotta lock it up.
Cried the
Just lock
entire
it on
time.
up.
Lock it up.
Lock
Greg.
it on up there, Greg.
She's just so beautiful.
She's gonna be like 20. We have to like deal with this like forever, like until we die. It's like that's a little much.
30 seconds. We have to talk about Mon Mothma.
Yeah.
So
What is
here's
there to say that her presence? doesn't
EW has
say?
to say, while Caroline Blackiston starred as Mothma in the Return of the Jedi, O'Reilly will be portraying the character in Rogue One, where she'll have a significantly larger role, according to Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah.
Quote, we actually see quite a bit of her, Kennedy said, noting that because the rebels are in a state of panic and disorder, she rises up to be a leader amongst a wide variety of rebel soldiers that have very differing opinions as to what to do. So, to all those huge, enormous Mon Mothma fans out there.
You're welcome,
The more Mothna, the better.
Mothma.
No, it's Mothna.
Can I talk about
You can. It is over. The
Can I
level
talk
up
now?
show has no game is over.
Greg, look at her double chin.
I know. I just love her so much.
She's been eating like a piglet. My mom calls it milkshakes. She drinks milkshakes. You can get her free formula.
I can. My mom's gonna give you guys all the free formula from the pediatrician's office.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
She was like, okay.
I'll take it. Thank you, Gregory.
I told you. My mom was like, "Which formula is it again?" And she texted me the other day, and I read your text to her. I screenshotted it and I sent it to her, and she's like, "Oh my god, yeah." She's like, "I have so much of that." She's like, "I'm gonna literally load it up and we'll ship it to them." I'm like, "Done."
Oh,
Pretty good deal.
My God, because that stuff is like $26 for a little.
That's what my
you're,
mom.
You're probably
my
not very
mom's
loud
like,
to Greg right now because you're not near the mics.
but my mom was like,
Why are you
"Tell them
whispering? That's the worst thing you can do right
She got quieter.
What did he say?
now. Speak up.
What did he say?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Words.
I said, my mom said that if you need anything else at all, like medicine, whatever you need, like my mom can get it for you.
Oh my God, thank her so much for me.
She loves you guys so much, and she's never met you, but she keeps saying one day I'm gonna meet them.
I hope so. Greg, do you have a flag on?
You haven't
I have
seen
a-
his Unity
I have
flag?
a cape.
He was at
I
Gay
also
Pride
have
the
a
other
rainbow
day.
bandana. I went to Pride in New York City today.
Oh my God. This reminds me of that video with the hat.
Yeah.
The Atari hat, yeah.
Oh,
When they
yeah.
were just as pigs.
Ass
My
to ass.
favorite video.
What was it, Greg? What did it stand for? Ass to ass?
Oh, I don't remember.
Something
that.
intelligence.
My favorite part though was when Kristen first opens the hat and she looks at Drew and she's like, "This is such a Greg hat," and Drew's like, "Yeah, okay, well, you're right. Actually, I see because of the rainbow. Because Greg recently just came out as bisexual, and Kristen goes, no, I did not mean because of the rainbow that Greg was gay, and that's why he should wear the hat." Drew's like, "Oh, okay, that's what you meant. Though. Let's be real."
Let's be
I love
honest.
I love you guys.
Before you head out, will you do a bat giraffe for everybody?
Hold on one second.
What's a bat giraffe?
I don't know. This is what people want to see, though.
A bat giraffe?
We're just giving people what they want at this point, right?
I
Yeah.
don't understand.
I think
We got 70-some people in the
Alright, what's
room.
going on?
Let's get to 80-something people in the room, guys. Share the show, Twitter, Twitch,
haven't even
Facebook, wherever you
started
can. Derek says it was ass-to-ass recessive intelligence. That doesn't sound right.
No, I
doesn't
feel like
sound
it was
right.
something different.
Carlos Trejo, 2308. Hey, man.
We notice you, senpai. We notice
I notice
you.
all. I like
Notice
to
me,
make sure
senpai.
I like to make sure we say hello to everyone.
Yeah, we
Hello, everyone.
very happy everybody's in the room right now. Thank you so much for joining us. We have over 70 people. This is the road to 8,000 tonight. We're trying to get to 8,000 followers, so hit that follow button at twitch.tv/The Level Up Show.
Caffeine.
Wow.
Dude, it's like, this has been like the last couple of days. Like, when she realized that caffeine does this to her, and it's been insane. Just like, what is happening to my wife?
You should watch my husband's show every Sunday at 10
Oh my
p.m.
god.
going
This is
on?
terrifying.
I didn't ask for this. I did not tell her to do this.
I'm done. I'm so done.
She's gonna she's gonna pull her shot. She's like, look at the scars. He did tell me to do this.
What is happening to
I
our
don't know.
show?
I don't know what's happening. And I'll tell you one thing. This is the reason we're going to run late tonight. It's because of this.
Yeah. Well,
Alright.
I got nothing to do.
Alright, I'll still be awake.
Oh my god.
I need to start acting my age. I'm a mom now. What's a bat giraffe?
I don't know.
You
don't
have
know.
to figure it out.
Determine that right
Just
now.
make one, yeah.
Okay, what is a bat giraffe?
Be the bat.
Be the
giraffe.
bad giraffe.
I wish I had any hairs.
Wear the cow.
I don't carry one with me.
To be a giraffe.
You can do it. You don't need that. Yeah, you're on the right
I
track.
feel
I'll
it.
tell you
I'm
that.
feeling it. I'm
Yep.
feeling it. I'm feeling it right now.
We need the draft part.
Where's the
We need the
giraffe part?
draft
I'm just
part.
seeing bat. I'm not seeing giraffe.
No, you gotta get the wings too. Same
I
time.
cried.
Oh my god.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
Dude,
Really.
we need to make sure this is recorded. This
That's
is the highlight of the
This
week.
is going to be seen by people, including your
Your
daughter one
daughter
day.
will see this. I will make sure of it. Trust
Alright,
me.
I don't care if she sees it. This is who I
All
am.
right.
Free.
You know
This
what?
is who I am inside.
We gotta move on
So
to
much.
to
Dude,
something
this is
actually related to this show. Let's do our community question of the week.
Okay.
Okay.
Dean, go ahead.
Oh, that's me.
Alright, I'm
You
gonna
said
take
Dean, huh?
care of my baby.
Do
Okay.
that. But thank you. It was really nice having old school.
I'm
Kristen
glad
back.
you were down here.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
glad too.
missed
Kristen,
you.
I'm
glad you're feeling well,
and
feeling
I love
hype.
you. You look like a beautiful ass woman for just having a baby. I want to point
Thank
that out with your
you.
ombre too, because your
I
hair
still
is
have
always
some
on
fluff.
fleek, and you're living the life.
Thank you. You're living it up, Greg. You always live
I'm-
it up.
Totes McGrips.
Honestly, you're gorgeous.
I have a heating pad in my.
It's like, honestly,
The filter is completely
gone. We're done.
that was
The filter's
incredible.
gone.
Done.
Holy
If
shit.
anyone was wondering why my shirt was ugly, that's why I thought I'd show you.
I love
That was
She's,
incredible.
you know what she's trying to do? She's trying to make sure you have more time with her. She's trying to get us banned on Twitch.
Oh my God,
You
I'm
are.
sorry. That was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my
I need a
life.
band for heat.
No, you can't. I don't
You
know.
can't.
You can't. You're right. You're right.
You're right.
It's
You're
actually,
completely
like,
right.
Really cool.
Tell you what else, Kristen. You definitely don't get banned for being awesome.
Also,
Dean, what was the community question of the week?
The
this
community
week?
question of the week is, of course, found in our PlayStation 4 community, where you can look us up,
I love you.
become a member. Greg, please shut the fuck up. We're gonna
Oh.
ask you a question.
Good night.
You guys are gonna answer
Good
it.
night.
And we'll pick some people.
No, we
Not-
picked pretty much everyone this
Yeah,
week.
we picked everyone. We'll pick all of you every time. Here's the question. now that
I used some followers.
Now that E3 2016 is over, thank you, Chris, and you'rebomb.com, is
Oh.
over, and we know what's coming in the rest of the year. What is your most anticipated game for the latter half of 2016? I'm going to go through these kind of fast so we can make up some kind of time.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Ephraim Shofar responded with, sadly, apart from the new Final Fantasy game, I wasn't really that impressed with much. Anyone else feel the same? No.
No. Not to that extent, but no. I feel like you're alone. Sorry, bud.
GFN2112 responded with Mafia 3. I've always appreciated the mature stories told in the series, and I've always found the weapons, cars, and music of that time period really cool.
Does look like a really cool game.
I'm
Not
interested
one
in
that seems to get it like a lot. By the way, I'm just kidding. Not you can think whatever you think. Not fuck you, but it was that was
He's like, I regret this
that was the response needed for that joke to land. Yeah, not Mafia 3 hasn't gotten like a ton of attention, but what I saw looked pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm
It
kind of
does.
interested in it.
And they're doing some ballsy stuff with the whole
Yes, they are.
racial slurs and
Yeah,
in that
pretty
time
crazy.
period, it makes sense.
And they're putting you in the shoes of an African American, which is super cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Split Maniac said, Watch Dogs 2. I love the first one. Can't wait to try the new ability to hack everything. And the new main character. Can't wait. Also an honorable mention to Gran Turismo Sport.
Another awesome African American looking character.
Yep.
And I was trying to step on toes there, but he's not like stereotypical.
Yeah, I thought they were going to go with an Asian guy
Sure.
at first.
It just
Yeah,
works.
we
I
talked
like
a
his
little bit
look.
about that during the conference.
Right.
A little bit. But yeah, I agree with you. He looks unique. He
Yes.
looks like, they're not
They didn't
just
make
kinda
him
like-
a hood black man, which I love.
Right.
That's
And they
my
also
interpretation
didn't
of it.
just take a white guy and skin swap him. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
he's his own person. It's really cool.
Like it.
I agree.
Captain Avalanche responded with Spider-Man, hands down. Those were his exclamation points, by the way.
I like
not mine.
Yeah.
Although I'm totally on board with that
Yeah, your reaction said so.
because who doesn't want a kick-ass Spidey game? I hope it's a sandbox. Guess what? It is a sandbox. They said.
Retweet.
I listened to some kind of Marvel podcast, done by the people at Marvel, and they were just pretty much reiterating everything. But there's a couple little tidbits in there about certain things. But yeah, all that footage from the trailer in engine, it was, and we were right about the part where he runs through the cafe.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the thing to look cool. They're trying to show you what the gameplay is going to be.
That's
That's
dude,
awesome.
if you can
It's fucking
run
awesome.
through a freaking cafe and do those moves in game, I'm
Those
so
were
excited.
those were captured
you
from
imagine,
the
the
in-game
little-
engine.
Little quips
Nuts.
sorry, excuse me, I'll cover your tab as
Yeah.
he's running through. If they
Yeah,
nail that right, perfect.
It's Insomniac.
It's
They're
pretty
gonna
much
get
going to make me want to fuck myself because it
Wow.
just looks fantastic.
Dude, your reaction to that is amazing. I've watched that 50 times this week.
I think all of our
Just
reactions to that is
comments,
really
dude.
good.
It's a good video.
You
yeah.
you go shut the fuck up, and then a minute later
Yeah.
you're just dude, no, your favorite, my bad. Dude, are you seeing this?
It was just
go.
one of those things where I made myself believe that it could be real, but deep down I was like, it's not gonna happen.
Right.
But then it happened.
Right.
And when that's never happened to me, where I know something's not gonna happen, and then it fucking happens, and I was like, oh shit, this is next level. D-Day said, for games due to arrive this year, I'm definitely most excited for South Park.
Did you skip one?
Did I?
Brad, I think.
Yes, I did. No, I skipped. Yeah, I skipped fucking 8 of them. Brad said mine has to be the Skyrim. I almost said
Skyrim.
Skyrim. The Skyrim remaster, just because I want to see how great it looks in the PS4. And oh my god, the soundtrack! Can't wait to hear it again.
I did go and listen to that soundtrack for about
That was
an
also
hour
Brad's. Oh my
afterwards.
god, not mine.
Even I played that soundtrack, and I never even
it's
played that
amazing.
game.
Soundtrack is awesome, dude. Yeah, it's super, super awesome.
I love
I don't
that
know if I'm
Steve.
gonna get that. I really
I
want to.
My life is done.
It's gonna depend on what else is coming out around that time.
My life
and
is done.
honestly, there's no point because I know then February is gonna come, Horizon's gonna come out, and I'm gonna stop playing it. And that's a game where you need to be in there for months.
I agree. Skydiver.
Brad Skydiver. Ghost Recon Wildlands for me, but it's hard to pick just one. God of War, For Honor, Horizon, etc. Yeah, there's a ton of
That's what we're talking about. There were so many great
Honorable
games at that
mention.
conference. Yeah.
Yeah.
So many great ones.
D-Day, as I was saying, South Park Stick of Truth was awesome for him. Was some of the most fun he's had playing a game in recent memory. Yeah, South Park, the
Game of Show.
Fractured Butthole looks fantastic. Mike's Game of Show, go watch the video on our YouTube channel.
Horizon was yours,
And
God.
some of our
Horizon.
Game of Year was Stick of the Truth when that came out.
Yeah.
Whenever that was, 2 years ago or so. Excellent.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that.
And then finally, Cybernetic Wolf, which is one of the coolest names I've ever read, chose The Last Guardian. I've been waiting for a long time.
I like how just short and sweet that was. I had to make it huge font.
Yeah. Yeah,
true, man.
I don't think it's going
I
to be
can't wait to get that statue on that collector's
Game of the
edition.
Year or anything, but it's going to be pretty cool. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool to see.
We
You
have
should've
been waiting
put
a
that-
long time.
You
Yes,
should
we
put
should
the.
have.
I don't think there was that much exciting at the end of the list. After all the games everybody listed,
Yeah.
just have his. I don't think there was very much excitement at this year's E3.
There was a lot
Yeah.
of responses this week on our community. Thank you so much. Keep
Yeah,
them coming,
guys.
guys. Go
That
to the
was
PS4
awesome.
community. Just search for the Level Up Network. You'll find us, and we'll get you another question of the week in the coming days.
Real quick,
Yeah.
before we go into too much gaming, can we
Right.
talk about what we saw with that short before Finding Dory?
Can we?
Can we not?
We're really far behind. I don't
Dude,
know.
that was amazing.
It was amazing.
I've been waiting to talk to you. I didn't want to talk to you too much about it before the show.
Yeah.
So
It was called
I mean, I
Piper.
can talk to you afterwards if you
Yeah,
want.
if
That was
anybody's
amazing.
just really looking forward to the next step in animation, just go see Finding Dory for the short.
Astounding. Like
They-
all I have to say is the word "stand," and
Yes.
that's all. That's it.
They
Right
rendered
there, done.
every single grain
grain
of
of
sand.
sand.
That's awesome.
It's ridiculous.
Amazing.
Thanks for totally ruining it for me. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. Anytime.
You just have to see it. It's photo real. The only thing that's not photo real is the birds who have a slightly cartoony look, intentionally so.
Yeah.
But the environment,
Everything.
you would not know that.
The
it
short was beautiful. I cried, and Finding Dory was beautiful. I cried 3 times.
Oh, you guys have all seen. I'm the only one.
Yeah.
Last.
Yeah.
I gotta get on.
Well, made like $135 million. Over
I don't
the
like
weekend.
Finding Nemo that much, so I wasn't like in a
No,
hurry.
Finding Dory blew Finding Nemo out of the water.
Yeah, it was better. You think
I
so?
disagree. I think Finding Nemo was a little better than Finding
They're very
Dory.
comparable to me.
Oh,
And
see,
then
these
we
two
have, like,
responses
all
make
over
me
the-
feel like I won't give a fuck about this movie at all.
I think you'll like it. It's very sweet. That's the only thing. So I don't know. if you're
Dude,
gonna
I
care.
watched Finding Nemo with a straight face, and it ended, and I was like, all right, like really didn't do anything for me.
Finding
I don't
Nemo,
get
didn't
it.
Cry.
People
I
are
cried
like
3
nuts for
times.
that movie. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
clearly
really
so.
like
Finding
it.
Dory made so much
Yeah.
money opening weekend.
I'm like,
Right.
but there's like, I don't, come on, like Toy Story, The Incredibles, like you really Finding Nemo was the one.
No,
for
it's
you?
not my favorite, but it's definitely up there. I like it a lot.
All right, well, let's fucking do what we
Oh,
do.
good
Tuesday.
for you.
Right?
All right, guys, we got to take one quick commercial break here, and then we'll get going with the level update. Hold on tight. Rammerman will be back in approximately 60 seconds. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 127. This is a game dedicated talk show
Oh my god.
on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like what we're doing at any point, please make sure to follow the show. Hit that heart button like a few people have done tonight. We're trying to get to 8,000 followers. We're only 15 away. We just had another one come in from Lady Isis.
Wait, what?
ISIS. It's not
Yeah,
ISIS. It's
yeah.
ISIS.
Don't read it like the terrorist group. It's 2 separate.
Thank you for the follow, Lady ISIS. We also had All S Op Girl, Josh B Gaming, Lucas Arts, and Hids. The 5 follows tonight so far. Keep them coming.
Happy to be here, Andrew. Thanks.
I didn't.
What?
What? Okay. Moving on.
I hated that.
You tired?
No, I feel pretty good.
Let's move on to the level update. This is our weekly discussion of the week's biggest gaming industry news.
Let's do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What's happening?
I don't know.
Oh,
Apparently
we need to
not
move
right
back, I think is what happened. There we go. There it is.
Yeah.
now. There's no yas in that.
Debatable.
Debatable.
It's not. It's really not.
First
It's
up,
open up to interpretation.
Nolan North wanted to play Nathan Drake in the Uncharted movie.
One.
But not anymore.
What right does he have?
IGN's Nicole Carpenter writes, Nathan Drake actor Nolan North once would have considered playing the video game hero in the Uncharted film. However, by the time it gets going, he thinks he'll be old enough to play Sully. Quote, I wanted the part back 10 years ago when I was 34, 35 doing this kind of thing, but it's taken forever. People who have seen the script are comparing it to Indiana Jones and National Treasure, but there's still a lot of work, and truthfully, I think it's got an uphill battle. He isn't interested in the cameo in the film either, saying, quote, I'm not going to be a guy who walks into the camera and says, your drink, Mr. Drake. I don't need that funny Where's Waldo thing on my CV. North also mentioned Mark Wahlberg is in the running for the part of Drake, but he really doesn't see it. Chris Pratt would be a good option, North added. He's vulnerable, he's
Did
kind
we
of
say
funny,
that?
he's kind of that hero with a smirk, cocky and
Everyone
confident.
says
That scene when he says, I'm Star-Lord, that's such a Drake moment. Pratt may have been offered the role, North said, but he turned it down. What does that say? Nolan North had to say about that. North has also been vocal about his opinion on the Uncharted film in the past. He said fans don't want an Uncharted film as the video game itself is already such a cinematic experience. Fans of the series already have a deep emotional investment in Drake, and according to North, quote, it would be very difficult for fans to accept somebody else, even himself, with his face as Nathan Drake. So we have a question for you guys. Thank you for the host. Really appreciate it, Rammerman. We have a question for you guys. Who do you want to play Nathan Drake? Would you like Chris Pratt? Would you like Mark Wahlberg? Would you like Bradley Cooper? Or would you like someone else or an unknown? The poll has been posted in the chat by Gregory. Thank you, Greg.
Oh,
What do you guys think?
Out of these, none of them, personally.
Yeah, someone else or an unknown.
Also, worth noting, I don't want an
A movie
Uncharted
at all.
movie at all.
No.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I don't need an Uncharted movie.
Yeah.
Unless
Those
you
games are
cast
movies.
Margot Robbie as Elena, then I'll watch.
Ooh, that would be pretty good.
That would be pretty good.
Margot Robbie in anything. I'm on
I
board
will
with
tell
her,
you
pretty
this:
much.
not even trying to start shit with Greg,
Yeah.
but I like Elena. Doesn't really have much to do with Elena, but in those games, she's definitely like a 7.5. Margot Robbie's like an 11.
Yeah, it is true.
That's got to be scaled back a little bit.
Okay, but Margot Robbie's perfect, and I want her in
That's
everything.
true.
Yeah, like Elena
Also
Fisher is like
valid.
a attractive girl next door kind
Yes.
of look,
Yeah.
and Margot Robbie's like the girl you will never ever see in your life
What
because
about-
only one
What
exists in the entire
okay,
world.
Let me try again. How about Emma Stone for Elena?
I guess it depends on who Drake would be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want an Uncharted movie at all. But if they did
Jonah
make
Hill.
one, I don't want any of these guys.
Jonah Hill, Mike, never again. Say
Chris
thank
Pratt, I would say, but like Chris Pratt's not really.
Yeah, I don't see him as Drake.
He doesn't. Yeah, he's not like. I don't know. He just doesn't have what I would be looking for. Plus, that's like he's just getting typecasted now as like Nathan Drake and everything.
Yeah, I agree. There's something off there with Chris Pratt. He doesn't
Yeah.
have a certain quality of Nathan Drake that I feel like
Yeah.
he needs to have.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's like the heroism. I don't know. Like
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
He's more goofy than he is like that strong, brave.
Yeah, like
type.
Nathan Drake is goofy, but he has those moments where
He's goofy because he's a flawed human.
Yes.
That's why he's goofy. He's not goofy as an individual.
and Nathan just has these moments where he's pretty grounded, and
Right.
and I don't think Chris Pratt has those moments. Like I haven't seen him in anything where he's not goofy. Like he's pretty much goofy in everything I've ever seen him in. Right? Like, is there a movie that Chris Pratt has been a serious role in?
No.
Not that I can think of.
Well, I mean, in his TV show career, he did that Everest show or whatever. and was
He
kinda
did Zero
serious
Dark
about it.
30 as well.
And
He was
Zero
kind
Dark
of
30.
serious
No,
in
but he
that.
was goofy in that too.
Yeah, he was a little goofy in that.
Like he's goofy in everything.
Yeah, he just brings a little goofiness to everything. So yeah, I don't know. Not the choice for me.
Drake? Do you know Aaron from The Walking Dead?
Yeah,
I would like him as Drake.
really?
Yeah.
Curly hair dude?
Yeah, the one that looks like my doppelganger.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you're pretty much
I
saying
see
you
him.
should be Nathan Drake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely don't think.
Yeah, I don't
he
see
could be
that.
Nathan Drake.
I'm gonna call foul.
There's
Yeah.
no way.
You're
There's
out.
no way he.
You're
could
flagged.
Be Nathan Drake.
Okay, so I'm gonna vote him.
Thanks, Greg. All right, Mike, you are up with the next story.
I am. Where is it? PlayStation Neo might still launch this year despite its lack of an E3 showing. IGN DJ Joe Scrubbles. That was it.
Scrabbles!
Greg did better than you, Dean. Step up your game.
I do me. I don't try to
No,
impress.
no.
I always try to impress, but I don't need to try because I succeed in impressing.
Thanks, Greg.
That just caved in on itself.
After a previous report suggested PS4 Neo will see a release by September, another source has claimed knowledge of a 2016
Is that
launch
people?
for Sony's mid-generation
78.
upgrade. Sony decided not to show the console at E3 despite confirming its existence the week before the LA event, which led some to believe it might be further away than previously expected. However, Eurogamer's Richard Ledbetter, awesome name,
It's a good
also
one.
kind of like a song with yellow,
Yes.
has now said
is.
that,
was
quote,
all
several
yellow.
sources have indicated to me that PS Neo launches this year despite its E3 no-show. Ledbetter previously confirmed the codename and specs for the PS4 Neo well before Sony's official confirmation, so it can be considered a reliable source. Perhaps it's hints at Sony's own plans after Microsoft announced its own mid-gen console upgrade, Scorpio. Sony's Andrew House said the move surprised him, pointing out that there's a much heavier emphasis on immediate gratification these days than there was. In related news, though, Sony as PS Neo won't affect the PS4's life cycle. Shuei Yoshida, president of Worldwide Studios at Sony Interactive and Entertainment, said the PS4 is the PS4. Yoshida added, and the new high-end PS4 is still PS4, so the life cycle is not going to be shorter. His statements echo what Sony Interactive Entertainment Andrew House said of the Neo, sitting alongside complementing the standard PS4. Very similar to the idea of what Microsoft is going to do with Xbox One and Xbox One.
Not really.
Similar.
It's actually a lot different.
But PlayStation is doing it a lot better because Xbox is now breaking up all the consoles. They're kind of like, in my opinion, for their conference, they kind of shot themselves in the foot by announcing everything the way they did.
I think you misunderstood
Sony-
what I was saying. I don't mean the Scorpio. I mean the Xbox One S and the Xbox One.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Well, I think that the Neo will be a bigger upgrade than the Xbox One.
I
S.
agree to that.
Yeah.
I was just saying it sounds like they're going with the same idea. They're trying
Okay.
to get the same messaging out.
Yeah.
That's all I was trying to get at.
Uh,
Yeah, I agree.
It's
I
kind
agree
of this
with
weird thing because the Neo is in between the Xbox One S and the Scorpio. As far as we can tell right now, the Scorpio is the most powerful. The Neo is powerful, but not quite to that level. But maybe that's because, as Shuhei said, it's because they don't want to break up the generation. The Scorpio seems like the next generation, as opposed to Neo, where it feels like these are going to coexist. Every game that comes out on PS4 will also come out on Neo, and vice versa, as opposed to Phil Spencer, who's already come out and said there's a possibility that developers might decide to only make games for Scorpion.
Yeah, the wording, and I even said it to you when I was listening to a bunch of different podcasts, and even Phil Spencer himself basically said, like, yeah, it will be more powerful, even the 1S.
80 people in the
Yeah,
room.
it's like stuff like that.
80 people.
Thank
in
you
the
guys.
room.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Keep sharing the show. We're hosting us. We had a few hosts so far, bringing
A lot
some
of
people
hosts,
in.
actually.
Keep those coming, guys. We're trying to get to 100 viewers, and we're trying to get to 8,000 follows tonight. Our most recent one came from Lady Ice Sis. Thank you for the follow. Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you for reading her name correctly, number 1. Number 2, I'm revealing the poll results in the chat room.
Do it to it, Greg. So we were asking you guys who you would want to play Nathan Drake. We had 5 votes for Chris Pratt. We had 2 for Mark Wahlberg, 1 for Bradley Cooper, and 9 votes for somebody
someone
else or
unknown.
an
But
unknown.
I have a better casting choice. Are you
No.
ready?
Do it.
Elodie Young, the girl who plays Elektra. Rick put it in the chat room as Chloe.
I could get down with that.
Oh, yeah.
But Sofia Vergara would be much better.
As Chloe.
It's me, Chloe.
It's the.
I don't want it.
I don't even
don't want
understand what happened here. Elodie Young as Chloe would be awesome.
No, yeah, I do agree with that. Lodi Young, she was awesome as
Not
Electra.
real sure
She's
why
hot.
Sophia Vergara is Super Mario.
He has to put it in everything.
Is this not a joke that you heard before?
I don't know.
There was a time when Greg was over, and he did this as no joke. He wasn't trying to be funny.
Yeah.
He was legitimately trying to do a Sofia Vergara accent. And we were talking about her, and he goes, "It's me, a Sofia Vergara." And we were like, "What
I
did
don't
you
know.
just
What are you doing, Mario?
I would assume I was here, but I'm not positive.
I think you were.
It sounds somewhat familiar.
Okay.
But yeah, so Elodie Young was awesome as Electra.
Yeah, she was.
That
I'm
was
down
really
with
cool.
that.
That's a good call there.
She's stunningly beautiful.
She is. She was
very
very
pretty.
attractive.
I like
Great.
to look at her.
Miss
sorry.
Mel said that she's playing Chloe.
Dean, you are up with the next story. Go ahead.
I'm also on board with that. Analyst predicts Breath of the Wild will sell 10 million NX consoles. That's
Yeah.
video game consoles, everybody. Videogamer.com writes, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild will help Nintendo sell 10 million Nintendo NX consoles pretty quickly.
Who said this?
Industry analyst Michael Pachter
Pack Attack.
believes this. Quote, Zelda looks amazing. Something I missed. I actually did not realize that Zelda was launching on NX when NX launches. That's a fucked up sentence. That makes me think NX is much more higher powered than... Also, no. Much more high powered. Not much more higher powered.
Not more.
Michael Pachter is not
Michael
a grammar
Pachter,
specialist.
you are fucked. Than I expected. That NX is an iteration probably closer to the PS4 than I thought it would be. Where did I just went cross-eyed for a second. And it's going to have a big title to support it. I think it's probably only Wii U owners that will buy Zelda, but I think everybody who buys an NX will absolutely buy it. What? What did
Michael Pachter is known to be wrong.
What is
lot.
he even saying?
It's hard to say, Dean, what he's saying.
It's hard to even
What he's saying is that he doesn't know what he's talking about. Because, first of all, he didn't know that Zelda Breath of the Wild was coming to the NX.
Sure.
Which he should have known if he's a
Right.
freaking analyst.
Right.
Like, what is this guy doing? Why does he have this job? Like, we could do
Yeah.
this guy's job.
Let me
We do a
read.
lot of
Let
people's
me
jobs,
get.
Andrew.
I want to just read this to see if it's me or if it's this. I think probably only Wii U owners will buy Zelda, comma. But I think everybody who buys an NX will absolutely buy it, comma.
It makes sense. It's like not all thumbs are not all fingers are thumbs.
No, it sure doesn't make sense, and it's about to make even less sense.
Okay.
And I think it will sell them 10 million consoles pretty quickly. What?
So is this
Which
the-
one? Who's buying it that's not buying it, but they're buying lots of it?
Well, I think the most confusing part is why does he think it's going to sell 10 million NX consoles when it's also coming out for the Wii U?
I don't know if it is coming out for the Wii U according to him.
I can't. Very confusing statement from Michael Pachter. Thank you, Pack
That's
Attack.
real terrible.
Worse.
But I disagree. I don't think it's going to sell 10
No.
10 million NX consoles.
Probably
I do
not.
not
They
agree
got a
either.
lot of bad blood going on for them. He said some other
Baby, now
stuff
we
there,
got
but
bad.
I do
blood.
agree that the game looks great, though.
it does.
Zelda looks great.
I'm gonna skip over the rest of his quote because it's nonsense.
Before you do that, I want to give a big welcome to Uncle Stan Banna, who is one of our new followers that joined us from the Twitch Spotlight.
Oh,
I'm
awesome!
glad you like
Welcome.
what we saw.
Yes.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you for joining us,
You've
man.
missed
Thank
an
you.
entertaining show so far.
Yes, it's been off the rails.
Somehow, I'm sure we'll have some other dumb shit that happens. Packer's comments suggest that he believes
Greg.
Nintendo could turn
Sorry.
its fortunes around with the NX. Maybe. Wii U has only sold 12.8 million units total since its launch in 2012. Holy shit, dude.
It's that
That's
bad, dude.
terrible.
It's that
Oh
bad.
my god. While the release date for Zelda has yet to be confirmed, it is due to release on NX simultaneously with the Wii U version, with many hoping the game will be an NX launch title.
Here's what I have to say.
It's not even confirmed that it
Like
is,
all
which is crazy
12.8
to me.
million of those people are the probably the kind of Nintendo gamer that wants Zelda, and I'm not sure how many of them are going to upgrade to NX for it because they probably bought that Wii U in the first place because
Zelda.
they
I don't know
wanted Zelda.
who might have done that. Who
This
could
guy
you
right
possibly
here.
be talking about right now?
Thank you to TJ Held for the follow.
Thank you so much.
Real disappointing.
Yeah,
One
no,
more
I agree.
closer
I
to
get it.
8,000 follows. Thank you so much.
But we do have a poll here. So the Nintendo NX is due to launch in March of 2017, although Pachter isn't convinced it'll hit its release window. Will you be purchasing the NX for Zelda? Yes, it looks that good. Yes, but for other reasons as well. No, I'm not interested in Zelda. No, I'm waiting to know more about the NX.
I'm gonna say no.
Why did you
Yeah.
just put a no?
Meaning I'm just not
I'm
interested
just
in the
not
NX.
gonna get it.
I think that would
Nintendo.
be option D then. I'm waiting to know more.
Right.
Because I don't think anybody should just rule out the NX entirely.
I haven't
will.
ruled it out entirely, but
I
I'm
will.
definitely gonna. If I'm gonna play Breath of the Wild, it's gonna be on my Wii U for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna I'm sure as hell not gonna run out of the store for an NX like I
No.
did the Wii U. So we'll see.
I'm very curious to see the upgrade though. I want
I'm
to see
interested
how
to see
much
the
better it
price
looks on the
point that they
NX.
I'm
With
interested
Nintendo
in
being-
seeing what it is. Like,
Right.
is it this handheld hybrid? Is it this what
What
is this thing?
amazes me though, and what my biggest concern with is Nintendo's the way that they view pricing.
Right.
They're so stubborn, and they really do feel like this $300 price point is still a viable entry price point for their system.
Right.
It's been out since 2012. The other guys have already discounted much further at a much higher discount percentage than you have, and that's what people want. The times that it sells more is holidays, not because of the holiday, because you actually put it on sale.
Well, here's the thing.
Like,
I think
it's
that they
beyond
know that
me.
the Wii U is done. It's dead. They might as well get as much money out
they
of it as
really
possible.
do know it because they don't even ship games. here.
Yeah, so
Right.
might as well just keep it at its price point. Try and make a profit off the consoles that do sell. Why would they lower it down to break even when they know that the Wii U is a failure? It's,
Why would they not break even?
Why would they break even? Why would they bring it down to not make any money off the console when they know that it's dead anyway? They're not going to succeed with the Wii U this late into the generation by lowering the price. So they might as well make a profit off of every console they sell.
No, it's more so why they didn't before. 2 years ago.
I
2
think
years
it was
ago.
probably
Why?
a failure then too. Honestly,
I know, I agree. I think it was probably a failure within the first.
I think they
what,
realized pretty quickly that they had a bomb on their
There
hands.
is
2 years.
literally no games stock. Like they just stopped shipping. I was in Target like a week or two ago, and like the Wii U aisle was barren.
Yeah.
There's consoles, you better believe.
Yeah.
But the game racks, nothing, dude.
Now, here's even more interesting about the whole price point situation. They've come out and said that they're going to underprice PS4 and Xbox One and those ones. Now, I'm assuming that Neo and maybe the Scorpio will try and hit that $400 price point because that is the sweet spot. Yeah. So it sounds like they're saying the NX is going to underprice that,
Like
maybe $350,
350.
maybe $300. If that's the case, I can't imagine this console is going to be that powerful.
No.
Which is, again, Nintendo falling into the same trap.
Like, Sony has no problem selling for a loss.
Right.
They've done this multiple times. Nintendo does. Mm-hmm. Nintendo will never sell their console for a loss. And it's beyond me why they don't, especially when they see how the company that they pissed off originally, the only reason Sony's in the game is because Nintendo pissed them off.
Right.
And they're succeeding and destroying them, like slaughtering to a laughable point.
How you pronounce that name?
Which?
And you playing?
And you're playing, yeah.
And you playing? Welcome from Liverpool.
Nice to have you again.
Thank you.
Hello,
for
Pip,
watching.
Pip, Pippa Squash and all that gibberish.
Oh, they just left now. Thanks.
Now, I don't think that any consoles anymore are going to be released at a loss. Even
Yeah.
the PlayStation 4
No,
this generation,
probably
the
not.
Xbox One, those both released at profit. It's the way it works now, especially because you're not going to be seeing cell architecture in consoles
PSVR,
anymore.
it's gonna be sold at profit.
That's what they said, yeah.
Yep.
They said it sold at a profit. So
Yeah, I think it's probably like a $50 profit, I would imagine.
yeah, probably. But, Sony
there.
could have priced that down at like 300 and
And
really
pushed
gotten
it.
a foothold.
That's what we
in
were
the
all
market.
hoping for.
But they're against that now. Seems like they're all against selling things at a loss.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it.
I get it,
Especially
yeah.
with the rest of their company, the way it's working.
Yeah. Did we reveal the poll results yet?
No.
We did
No.
not.
Let's do that right now before moving on to the final story in this segment.
On it.
So we're asking you guys, will you buy an NX for Zelda? We had 0 votes for the first two, which is yes. So nobody is saying yes. So we had 5 votes for no, I'm not interested in Zelda, and 9 votes for no, I'm waiting to know more about the NX.
Love contrarians tonight.
9 smart people here today.
Yep.
You're very right.
So, yeah, the people are already, it's seeming, down on the NX.
Yeah.
I understand why.
Yeah, totally.
They have to sell us on it.
They got a real
Like, we're not going to
battle.
go into this like, I'm getting an NX. Like, they need to sell us after the Wii U. And
100%.
even, honestly, and even the Wii.
Yeah.
Like, the Wii, by the last half of the generation, the Wii was
a joke.
terrible.
There's a lot of revisionist history on the Wii, for sure.
Yeah.
And a couple really, really fantastic games, but yeah, that thing was a joke.
By the end.
Big giant.
All right, final story. Greg, go ahead.
As if the NX can't get any worse, kids. The Nintendo
Weirder,
NX
not worse.
might actually use game cartridges. IGN writes, multiple rumors continue to swirl around Nintendo's recently announced NX gaming platform. Here are the biggest, most mysterious, and super intriguing rumors we've heard about the new platform. NeoGAF user Asterios reports that according to his inspector of the U.S. trademark system, there's a strong indicator that the NX may use cartridges. Examining trademarks for Wii U games and comparing with 3DS games, Asterios noticed that Wii U releases specifically video game discs in the trademark language, while 3DS filings, I think that word says, specify. I'm like, why all of a sudden can I read? Video game cartridges. The listing of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild specifies both disc and cartridge. That could indicate that this title, targeted at both Wii U and the NX, could be produced in both disc and cartridge form. The disc for the Wii U and potentially the cartridge for the NX system. This rumor lines up with recent news from GameStop that NX will feature some kind of physical game media. It's also congruent with other rumors that NX will feature a card slot. That is not a good idea. If that's the case.
You know what this
I don't know.
brings me to? There's either two things that my mind goes to with this. Okay. I can't see that Nintendo would... I mean, SD, don't get me wrong. We can put a lot of information on cartridges now. Right. Like SD cards, they can go to 56 is the current high. Right?
Right.
So, I mean, that's huge. Okay. But that's still, they can't access that data quick enough. That's why cartridges are so weird. So... what it brings me to is either the fear that we're going to see something similar to the PSP with the UMD bullshit, which that's just an awful idea in my opinion, or we're going to see something that's going to be you buy the game for the NX and it's going to be a disc for the console and a cartridge at a lesser quality for the portable.
Could it just be like a USB drive?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I
That's
think we're thinking
thing,
of cartridges in more of a traditional sense. I think this is gonna be like based off of flash.
We're thinking
memory.
of like taking a cartridge and blowing into it when it could just be like a USB drive.
I think this is gonna be solid state, like flash
that could
memory
be.
based.
Yeah.
Which if it is,
that's kind of cool.
Changes everything entirely because their game's gonna read like
fast
as shit. I'm open to this, honestly, which is probably sounds kind of weird as like the biggest Nintendo hater as of lately because they've done us all so wrong. But I'm actually kind of intrigued by this. If it is anything other than flash or like solid state storage, it probably will not be great.
No. There's got to be a reason they're doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
They're not going to go back to cartridges just because it's like retro and
nostalgic.
nostalgic.
There's no way. That said, that would be cool.
It would be cool.
Because I think if they do cartridges and they're able to use like flash memory or solid state in a format where like you can make it big enough to have like that cool like those some of the cool artwork is on those Nintendo NES cartridges. That would be really cool, like collector's thing as well.
Yeah.
If it's practical, though, it has to function first before fashion. So we'll see.
Yeah. Before we move on to our trailer of the week, we have almost 80 people in the room. We hit 80 at one point. We're still around 7,986, I think, follows or so. So we still need like 14 more follows tonight to get to our follow goal. We need your guys' help. Share the show. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, host the show. Try and bring in your friends who don't know about us. Anybody you can. Let's try and build this community. Bring in some new followers. Get to our follow goal. Maybe get to 100 viewers tonight. We need your help. And we're going to play the same trailer that we did on IODP, just because I think it's an awesome trailer. And I didn't really see anything that stood out at me this week. As
I didn't watch it.
No, not much at all.
Being super special. So
also, Vantera asked, "What's so wrong with the Wii U?" I never understood everyone hating on Nintendo.
The lack of
I'm just gonna
support?
let that be. I'm gonna say watch our last literally any episode.
Yeah.
Pick an episode. Go watch it.
Yeah, not a big fan of the Wii U here. All
we
right,
all have one.
Check out this trailer of the week, guys.
In a land of sorrow and bitter cold. tale of sacrifice will be told.
That's weird because I actually am Setsuna.
Huh.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Small world.
Now, to people that are wondering, like, why this game matters, to a lot of people it's very exciting because it's a classic RPG for modern times, very much inspired by Chrono Trigger,
Destined for death.
Super Nintendo PS1 type
Will give
RPGs.
everything to save her people.
I want the soundtrack in my life.
Yeah, the soundtrack is beautiful.
I want it.
I like the way they set up their formations.
Me too.
This, like, literally looks like what some people would want the Final Fantasy VII remake to be. Maybe. Like, where they're not really changing anything except for updating the graphics. There's still, like, the same perspective, the same battle system.
Still no voice acting, which I appreciate.
Still no voice acting. Yeah, it's just, this is definitely a Super Nintendo PlayStation RPG made for this generation,
Yeah.
which is really exciting. You don't get that anymore. Look at that. I mean, you get airships again.
And at a
true
discounted
overworld.
price too of $40, which I think is really smart.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, I think so too, guys.
This is not your kind of game.
No, I was being serious. I just wanted to say like an idiot. Yeah, I think that's cool.
I love turn-based combat.
July 19th.
Wow, that's soon.
Yeah.
Yep. Month.
I'm trying to broaden
Expand
my
your
horizons
It's
lately. Yeah.
that soon.
Now, it's going to be like a pretty meaty RPG, so you might want to wait more for like a Final Fantasy
Forever?
15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
You're
I
gonna
would-
put like 80 hours into it.
I would go for Final Fantasy 15. Like that's the most
I've
likely.
already committed
to grab
mentally
you.
that
Yeah.
I'm playing that.
Yeah.
It's happening.
But I'll be getting I Am Setsuna.
Me too.
That's my kind of game right there.
My
When does it come
favorite-
out? Italian Mob, as I said, July 19th.
Yeah, I would play that.
We're going to go to another quick commercial break, so hold on tight and you plyin'. We'll be back in approximately 60 seconds. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 127. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like what we're doing at any point, please make sure to follow the show like TJ Held did most recently. We also had Lady Ice Sis who followed us. We need 13 more to get to the big 8,000. We're so close to getting there. Keep hitting that heart button at twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. And if you want to help us even further, maybe share the show, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you can, host us. Try and bring some more people into this community so we can build it stronger. Also follow us on all the other channels, Twitter, Patreon, YouTube. You can donate at thelevelupnetwork.com/donate if you want to help us get towards that new desktop computer. That way we can make the show even better.
And
in
apparently
quality.
everyone once built like a voyeur film.
What does that mean?
They would have shot like a
POV.
point of view porno. It started. Mel was real subtle about it. She gave us cam on the head. Give us the POV, like porn. But like, I got it. You just came out there and landed
We just wanted
it.
to make sure it didn't go over the heads.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dank, for hosting us with 4 viewers.
Dank.
That's all. If everybody does that, if you like every single person just hosts us for like 1 or 2 viewers, we'll skyrocket.
Yeah.
If you tell 2 friends, and then they tell 2 friends,
Yeah.
and then they tell 2 friends.
Mel, don't be sorry. You're fantastic. We could actually do that. A helmet cam.
Yeah, you could do
And they
GoPro.
could
You have a
just
GoPro?
see exactly what I'm. No.
That's
I feel
true.
like you of all people would have a GoPro. out of all
Why?
of us.
Would you think
I don't
that?
know. I just feel like if
When
any of
last
us had a
time you
GoPro,
Pause your
you were
lives.
snowboarding
Was
or
that a new
something.
patron?
ooh,
From Leroy Brown.
What?
Leroy Brown.
Leroy Brown.
Good old Leroy. Me and Leroy used to sit out on the deck and have that moonshine.
Cool, man.
Thank you so much, Leroy. We really appreciate your patronage. That's $10 from Leroy, guys.
That's awesome.
Ooh,
Thank
big
you so
deal.
much.
Very big deal.
That's awesome. Thank you.
That's
Actually,
really cool.
might be a super big deal because that might put us above $100 on
Wow.
Patreon,
Ooh,
which
what's
means
that?
we must be doing a new lip sync battle tournament soon.
Oh,
Good
shit.
thing that I've been practicing.
So I'm gonna have to check our Patreon, but we
taking
might
the
be above
bait.
100 now on our Patreon. Get another lip sync battle for you guys.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Yes,
so
that's
much, guys.
really awesome.
No, I don't have a GoPro. To answer your question, someone send us a GoPro and I'll use it.
All right, let's keep it going with the level updates. Next up, God of War PS4 will be the end. Sorry, will not be the end of Kratos' story.
Completely different sentences.
Opposite of what I first said. let me reiterate. God of War 4 will not be the end of Kratos' story.
Okay.
Kind of surprising for some people, considering the introduction of the kid.
I was surprised. I thought for sure this game was ending.
Unless they're lying
You
to
being a
us.
kid.
Well, let's hear what IGN's Joe Screbbles has to say. Wicca Wicca. The newly announced God of War will be single player only. Speaking to Level Up, as translated by Game Transfers, director Corey Barlog confirmed that the new game would drop the multiplayer mode added in 2013's God of War Ascension. Good move.
Thank God.
Good on you.
I did not intend for that pun.
We called Ascension's multiplayer a genuinely fresh addition to the series, but it said it lacked the depth to be anything more than a distraction. That was IGN saying that. Barlog also speaks about the future for the series, saying that this won't be Kratos' last game and that we'll be controlling the newly bearded hero throughout the game. Barlog also confirmed that Kratos' son will not be an hindrance in combat, meaning the player won't have to break off fights to look after him. He's pretty much assigned to one button. Whenever you want him to do something, open a door, attack an enemy, you just point your camera and press a button, and the son will figure out what to do.
So it's like Ellie.
Kind of. If you had control of Ellie.
Yeah, you can't control Ellie.
Yeah, in this one you can
all.
literally
Yeah.
point him in directions and tell him to do something, and it'll
True.
just be dynamic based on what you're looking at.
That's
I
pretty
can
cool.
dig it.
Yeah.
El Santo. No, it's not.
Yeah, this is live as shit.
Oh, I mean, yes. Sorry, wrong word.
Finally, while Kratos is fully aware of his past, his son knows nothing about his Hellenic exploits. I'm guessing that'll change by the time the credits roll. There's still much to discover about the as-yet undated God of War, especially when you consider that the game's trailer was hiding secrets right under our noses. We talked about a lot of those secrets on IODP. Check that one out on our YouTube. There's a couple more tidbits, though, that came from an interview with The No. Corey Barlog had this to say: "You may visit some of the 9 realms." So, not all of them.
Very generic.
Some of the 9 realms. He mentions 15, 20, and 100 enemies on screen at one time.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking
That
about.
changes everything.
Insane.
I thought for sure it was going to be like 2 or 3 at a time.
Exactly.
That's fantastic.
That means that this is going to have those kind of scenes.
Yeah.
You know, like from old God of War, where it's just craziness.
I'm a
I'm down
big
for
fan.
that.
Otherwise, he said Corey brought back most original team that worked on God of War 1. That's kind of exciting.
That's cool.
There is absolutely no morality system and no branching in the story. The mother is a critical part of the story, and the first enemies that we saw, the one that he kind of like cuts through, they are called the Drogar. Drogar. Not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but I'm assuming they're
Draugr?
enemies from Draugr, maybe?
Is it Draugr?
Yeah. So I'm assuming those are enemies or characters from Norse mythology.
Yeah,
That's what
Draugr.
those first enemies are in the trailer that we just watched. So yeah, that's really cool. I like where they're going with this, and I like that there's still that spectacle there from the old God of War games.
Gerzon Bear said, if Drew eats a 4-egg omelet, I would totally donate. How much will you donate? I'll go get the eggs.
I would be willing, depending on how much,
A
yes.
4-egg omelet? That's like, he didn't say raw or anything.
No, but Drew hates breakfast
The
foods.
point is that I hate
Oh,
breakfast
that's
food.
right. I always forget
I
that.
think that's what he's
fucked up,
going
man.
after there.
Yeah.
That's weird.
He knows me.
Yeah,
This
I
guy.
know.
Who was that
I
guy?
find it so weird too. I love breakfast
Gerzon
food.
Bear.
Gerzon, you know me well. You must have been watching the show for a while, because that's some insider level up show knowledge. there.
Yeah, I always forget that you hate breakfast
Insider.
foods.
Yeah.
That's insane, man.
It makes me sick. Breakfast foods are
Breakfast
the
food is
best.
fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Right?
like, for instance,
We've
I
had
went
this
over
conversation
my
so many
in-laws' house
times.
today, and
Yeah,
it was brunch. We had we
Yes,
ate at 11:30.
brunch.
If you guys are eating at 11:30, are you getting breakfast or lunch?
Brunch is a
Brunch.
breakfast and
It
lunch.
depends.
Yeah.
If I've woken up early and I've had breakfast, then lunch.
But if I'm going to if you go to a brunch show, if you have to get up really early and you have breakfast, right? Reasonable.
Yeah.
But then you know that you're going to brunch maybe like 4 hours later. Would you not partake
No, if
in
I
some
if
awesome
if
bacon?
if that's all
and
there
eggs?
is, then I have no problem.
That's the
with
thing
it.
is,
if I've eaten breakfast, it's over.
It's done.
Lunchtime.
Like you are.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
hit it and quit it.
No,
But if
Like
I wake
saying-
up at 9, I eat at 11:30.
I didn't eat breakfast because I never eat breakfast. I don't
Right.
like breakfast. So I went here, and all others, probably like 8 people, had omelets.
Okay,
I had a
smart.
cheesesteak.
Oh,
Is that weird?
I kind of
You've done this to us
I
before,
kind of
though.
like it about
when
you.
we
though.
went when we went to the diner.
Yes,
all of
I
us,
do.
and you were the only one. I think.
Yeah.
I don't like breakfast.
and I think you got a cheesesteak.
I think you guys should think that
That's
too.
what I do.
My man eats.
I make the
cheesesteaks.
show.
That's
I
it.
eat cheesesteaks for breakfast.
Yeah, I kind of fucking love it about you though.
All right.
It's a
moving
very
I
on.
feel like
New thing.
it's very fitting that Drew doesn't like breakfast foods. I feel.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
some of Greg and I's most like deep conversations have been revolving around breakfast.
Breakfast foods. Yeah.
Joey Vantera and I came up with an awesome card game for breakfast foods. I don't even know if he remembers. I do. I remember these things like an elf.
Let's keep going here. Mike, next story.
Okay.
Do elves have good memory?
They never forget.
Really? Greg?
It was a joke.
Read
It was
that fucking
being
paper, bro.
sarcastic, guys. Jesus.
Update. No Man's Sky reassures no further delays.
Why do you keep getting close to
You
the
should
mic?
not do that.
Was that
That's
like
killing
Hello.
people's ears.
Is
dude.
it? I won't do that anymore. I'm sorry.
Today on the
And then he gets
Yeah,
super
just like your
quiet.
resume.
And then he gets super quiet. Sorry, guys.
You have my permission to carry on. Just maybe not burn people's ears out. That's all.
Hello.
Oh.
Sean here. Working super hard on No Man's Sky. Every day the game is getting better and better, and despite all late nights and early mornings.
Sorry, 1 second, Brad. Fuck you for so many reasons.
Fuck, dude.
It's first of all, it's STEAK. Second of all, I think I hate you for asking.
Why do you do this to yourself?
Now, Brad, I got a little bit of information for you. You might not know this,
Yeah,
but you have left the EU. You might not know it, though.
yeah,
Oh my God! Yeah, he
I
did.
just thought maybe I would inform you.
yeah.
Right?
You know, considering you don't even know who your queen is, probably.
Or that he has a national anthem.
Yeah.
Or that they have a queen,
Or that they have a queen.
or that you're not in America.
Moving on. Go ahead, Mike.
We love you, Brad.
We're all working mornings to get it finished and in your hands. It's amazing to see it all come together. You might know this, but we had to delay the game from its original June release date, and it is now August 9th in North America, August 10th in Europe. We knew that people would be disappointed, and we've certainly heard a lot from some who decided to tell us all about that, assholes. We've also heard some super nice words of support as we make the final push. I've said it before, but No Man's Sky is the hardest thing I've ever worked on. It's even bigger than you can imagine. This is the type of game that hasn't been attempted before by
How
a
hard and
smaller
big is
team. It's like rock hard.
How big?
It's like pretty damn big.
Full on stiffy. As Dean would say.
I knew we were going there.
What is wrong with this show tonight?
I don't know.
I don't
We
know,
were
man.
ending up there. God bless us.
By a smaller team than anyone would expect under an intense amount of expectation. And despite all of that, development is genuinely going well. This is the hardest working, most talented team I've ever worked with, and I'm so proud of what we're doing. For all our sakes, though, we've got one shot to make this a game, and we can't mess it up. So that's what we're doing right now, and every day I feel more sure it was the right decision. Thank you so
You
much.
just can't stop.
No, I can't. I'm attracted to it.
Now, I
should
put
stop.
this story in there because I've noticed that a few people in our chat don't believe them that this game is going to
I
release.
don't
in
understand
August.
what the issue is. It's
coming out.
Listen, it's
Yeah, I
coming
think so
out,
too.
and here's my thing, and I get it. It's frustrating. You get excited for something, you look forward to a day. You know, some people are annoyed, and I think I understand because some people have taken off of work. I get it. I get that you're excited, but why the fuck do you want a broken game? Like, just deal with it. It's not ready. They're gonna release it when it is ready. They want to be proud of it. They want you to be proud of it. Hold your fucking cocks and just calm down for 2 seconds. Like, Jesus. Like, it's gonna come.
They made them wait a long time.
They did.
A long way.
Took you a long time to get that sentence out. They waited a long time.
long stuff.
Fucking Bill Cosby.
On issues.
Only second time you've ever done that. Just wanted that to be noted.
Yeah, they made them wait a long time though.
No, I get that. And I get it's frustrating and it's annoying. And I get the doubt. But just calm down. Calm your tits. Just hold on.
I like how Mel, I'm assuming that's sarcastic, like, is Mike shouting at us? Shocker!
No, I think she's actually like Mike shouting at us.
You shouldn't be shouting
I don't think I've ever shouted at Mel.
When does Mike not shout at you guys?
No.
True.
I'm normally on board for like,
Hold your
no, like
cocks.
just fucking wait. It'll be out when it's out. And I'm not totally like right. First of all, let it be known I don't give a fuck about this game. I'm not gonna play it. But I'm normally on board for like the delays happen. You gotta wait, but like they've made them wait long enough.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
But it's coming. It's coming. They're not
Right.
gonna delay it again. They've heard you. It's fucking coming. Just
They just want to make sure it delivers on these kind of crazy expectations.
I'm
It's
surprised
not
that it
going
didn't
to.
get delayed for the reasons we thought it was.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. What's the release date? August 9th?
It's like August something, yeah. It was
So
delayed
what
like
day
40
is-
days or something like that.
Right. What day is Gamescom?
That's August as well, I'm pretty sure. But
Is it
I think
before?
later than New Man's
Okay.
Sky.
Because I was gonna say, like, I'm just surprised it wasn't delayed to be announced with VR.
Right.
Like we all were surprised at that. That was kind of really almost astounding. Like, why now? Why all of a sudden do you need a couple extra months? But I have faith that they're doing it the right way. To me, you gotta remember, this was a team of 4 fucking people in a basement that got flooded.
Yeah.
And it was a completely different game back then. Like, you guys, I feel like a lot of people really misunderstand what the game was and who was working on it versus what it is now.
Did you
And
mean
who's-
flooded in like the literal sense? Like their
Yeah,
basement-
the studio's flooded and they lost a ton of work.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, like there was a lot of shit.
And that's
that
when they
went on
needed
with the
help,
studio.
and we assume that's when Sony stepped in and was like,
Microsoft
"All right."
was trying to get in.
Yeah, they both were. They were definitely both trying to step in,
Yeah.
but Sony was the one that got the upper hand, I guess. Probably because they were known to be pretty close with indies
Right.
at that point in the generation. I also wanted to respond to Hills, who said there's been many games that were delayed and turned out to be a disaster. I'm assuming he's probably
Okay.
talking about Mighty Number 9.
No, I get that.
That is a
I
perfect
agree.
example of a game
It's
that got delayed
terrible.
many times, but it did not help that game.
Is Mr. Bonus Shot new?
He's pretty new.
Pretty
Never seen-
relatively
Well,
new
wait,
in
no,
general.
I think he's somebody that used to watch us, took a long hiatus, and
Oh,
came
that's
back.
right. Yeah, he's like.
Okay,
yeah, I
I've
remember
never-
that.
Yeah, he
So-
found us again through reruns recently.
So,
Yeah.
hey, man. Or girl. How you
Welcome
doing?
back, Mr.
I'm
Bonus.
assuming it's a man because it's Mr.
I found
Boy.
out Hale, our newest subscriber, Hilds or Heeds, is a man too. I always like to ask.
Cool.
Cool.
You guys,
Also,
Where are
Brad, no, I don't think we
Dean.
don't have any info in PSX, right? Nothing.
On what?
PSX. Brad asked any
I don't
info
think
on
there's-
PSX.
It'll probably be December
Yeah.
again, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But no information just yet, except that they're going to do it again this year. So we'll have to wait and see. Dean, go ahead, you're up with the next story.
It's about Zelda, guys.
It is.
I'm going to talk about some Zelda.
A very Nintendo-centric show.
Zelda.
Why Zelda Breath of the Wild needed to be delayed? IGN's Wesley Copeland writes,
Not DJ.
in an interview with Kotaku, series producer, what is it? Elijah?
AJ.
Elijah?
AJ? Ajax.
Ajax.
Ajax explains why the new Zelda needed to be delayed and why it's taking longer than usual to develop. Quote, when we think about the release period for any Zelda game, we really want to get it out as soon as possible so that everybody can play and experience it. But every time we make a Zelda, we want to make something new. It's hard to gauge how long it's going to take. And it's also hard to gauge at what point whatever we consider to be new is done. A lot of times we try to tackle... A lot of times what we try to tackle takes a lot longer. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were so perfect and you read every word so fucking clearly. Shut the fuck up for 2 seconds. And what we want to make something new, it's a hard gauge and how long it's going to take. And it's also hard to gauge at what point whatever we consider to be done, whatever we consider to be new is done. A lot of times, what we try to tackle takes a lot longer than anticipated. So that's why many times the development struggle, there is a delay. The people around us keep telling us, this is the last one. You really need to shape up. End quote. Nintendo chief game designer Shigeru Miyamoto explains on Ajax's words. I'm not even going to try to read his last name. He's Ajax now. I think there's different reasons for delays, says Miyamoto. One could be that the direction just hasn't been decided, which is probably the worst kind of delay. I think that's what happened in the beginning. That's me saying that, by the way. And the other is that the direction has been decided, but that putting it in reality, implementing that, is taking a lot of time. So it might have taken us 6 months to do this. It'll take us a year to do that much. Miyamoto goes on to point out that taking shit. Come on.
Taking a shit?
Outline. Seriously, right now? The outline just totally fucked up on me, dude.
What happened?
Hit undo.
I got it. It's taking time, so it might have taken us 6 months to do this much. It'll take us a year to do that much. Miyamoto also goes on to point out taking Breath of the Wild in a new direction, physics, AI, graphics takes time, and Nintendo had to make sure the team had an ample amount of time to create the game they wanted. It's just dawned on us that we're not able to do that in this schedule. That's what we realized about 2 years ago. In this instance, we never really experienced this, so that's why we had to delay it. In other news, GamerCult interviewed Miyamoto, saying, we regularly talk about the possibility to include a female character in a Zelda game for several years. Considering her important role in the story and the name of the series, can we expect to see a future game with Zelda as the main protagonist? If Tingle managed to have 2 games in his glory on DS, surely it is possible to do something, right? Miyamoto said, we clearly talked with the team to make a game centered about Sheik, so I cannot say it is impossible to see something of the sort in the future, but in the classic games in the series, Link is the hero, and that will not change. For the rest, you have to be patient and see what happens. That is simply what I was always kind of saying about Zelda.
So it sounds like he's implying there that Link will always be a male. Link will, when it's the mainline series, Link is the hero. If there's a spin-off, then maybe you get Shin.
I feel like that's the way.
Then
like,
maybe get Zelda.
to bring it into more base terms of my world, right? If you pick up Spider-Man comic book, the Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, whatever, it's Peter Parker. He's a dude. You want to read something else? Spider-Gwen. Ultimate Spider-Man. These are different things.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man is Spider-Man. Link is Link. Zelda means Link. That's it.
Now, have you seen the backlash?
I have, and I think it's completely
Okay,
ridiculous.
there are a lot of people that are very, very upset that there's
Yes,
no
there
choice on a male or female.
Why
link.
Yes,
is
there
that
are.
like a need?
I
Because
don't
that
know.
is where things are going.
Yeah,
But
people
why?
are just...
So why can't
a
you
little
choose?
out of control.
So then, okay, so then in that case, every single game pisses me off now because I can't be black, I can't be Asian, I can't be
Right.
Hispanic, I can't be gay,
People want
I
to
can't
choose
be
their character entirely. it seems.
asexual. I'm really pissed off that I don't have those options now, and these companies are terrible for that.
Yeah.
We
Pretty
should
much
also
that's
be-
where
we
we're
should also
going.
be rainbow colored. Honestly,
Yeah, I don't know. Developers shouldn't feel threatened
No,
to design
I
a
agree.
game.
every game character from now on needs to be a blob.
Yeah, like they design the game they want to make. Like
Right.
let them make the game they want to
Let
make.
creatives be creative.
Like there's another thing I saw recently. It was again, I think it was Feminist Frequency talking. Every year they do E3 and they talk about how many games allow you to play as a female. I think it was this year that only 2% of the games shown at E3 had a female character that is the only character you could play as. Now there was like 54% of the games allowed you to choose between, and a lot more that allowed you to play as a male, obviously, and only as a male. So they're looking at this as a negative thing of like, why can we only play as a solely female character in games like Horizon Zero Dawn? Only 2% of the games shown at E3. I think you should be looking at it as a positive of 54% of the games allow you to choose
Right.
Yeah.
male and female. I think that's a big step.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of games that allow you to choose the gender. I don't know. I feel like if we start really pushing this too far, designer creativity goes away.
It's already
I agree.
it's already too far, dude.
Yeah.
It's way too far.
I agree.
People are
Like,
getting
don't get me
nuts
wrong.
about
I
this.
like seeing, like, we were happy when we saw the the African American protagonist in Mafia. We were excited when we saw it for Watch Dogs. I like seeing progression. I loved when people were fighting for Dragon Age when they had the gay sex scenes and everything like that. I
Right.
loved it. I like seeing that. But let a story be that story for what it fucking is, and stop trying to add social justice bullshit into it just because it's a trendy.
The
thing
same
to
thing
do.
happened when The Last Guardian was revealed. There was a lot of
Absolutely.
people really upset that the main character wasn't a girl because, Shadow Colossus and Eco were both male. It's like, why
Right.
isn't this one a
And it-
female? It's because he didn't want to do it.
Don't get
That's
me
what he
wrong,
wanted
there's
to do.
a lack
Right.
of these things. We need more of it in the media, and I
Yeah.
agree to that. I agree that more games need to be focal, centric on, maybe not as much female characters. We do get more of that, but than the other minorities. But branch out against the white male.
How about
type
this?
role.
How about where are Asian characters? Where
Right.
are Indian
That's what I was
characters?
saying.
Where are Native American characters?
That's what I was saying before. Like,
it's always like, more girls, man. Come on. Like, I get it. And listen, I usually choose playing as a female when there's a choice.
Yeah.
But like, some things are just the way. Like, that's their story, dude. I don't know what to tell you. You gotta settle down with this shit for real. Like,
Rain
it's out
and
of control.
Ambulance.
What about movies? Like, you don't go see in like Inception. Like, why wasn't Leonardo DiCaprio's role a woman? Like, because it fucking wasn't, dude.
Yeah.
That's it. Because it wasn't. And the
Right.
argument can be made just as well for like, I don't know. Like, I get it. It's of the lesser, but like, you don't see games like Tomb Raider. They're not like, why didn't they remake it with Lara Croft being a man? Because it's a fucking girl. That's why.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
what
like,
that was the decision.
Let
That
the
was
stories
design
be,
choice.
but promote those that are trying to think outside the box, and promote those ones that have the stories with Native Americans, that have the stories, with
Except
someone
for
from the Middle
Assassin's
East.
Creed 3.
What?
The only one we
Truth.
don't promote.
Yeah.
kind
You
of
said promote the games that have Native Americans and stuff like that. I said except for Assassin's Creed 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I agree with that one.
We never promote them.
because that had a lot of potential.
I think it was Beyonce who once said "Pretty Hurts."
Yeah, I think you're right.
I feel like that's a very apt
Good
comment.
Yep.
Good job, Greg.
totally,
Thank you, everybody.
totally accurate.
Good way to
Be
close
here all
off
night.
this story. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm always
All
here.
right. Final story of the night goes to Mike. No,
No, Greg.
to Greg.
Oh, here we go.
Thanks, Greg.
Microsoft tried partnering with Sony and Nintendo before making the Xbox. Wicca, what? IGN's Alex Osborne writes, before Microsoft began developing the first Xbox, the company went to both Nintendo and Sony to see if either were interested in partnering to release a console. Both companies turned the offer down. However, when asked in the latest episode of IGN Unfiltered whether or not Microsoft ever considered buying Nintendo, Xbox co-creator Ed Fries, I love that, replied, when we were first thinking about doing Xbox, we met with Nintendo and we sat down with Iwata and others and we said, this is what we want to do. Could we partner? Could we work together on this? And basically they said no. Fries went on to note that Microsoft offered to handle the software and networking side of things while Nintendo would be in charge of the hardware, and they could team up to release a product, but the company wasn't interested. That sounds Amazing. I don't know why that didn't happen. Afterwards, Microsoft made a similar pitch to Sony. Then Bill Gates met with Sony. Fries added, same deal. Can we work together? Can we partner? And they said no. The Xbox co-creator then circled back to the original question to dispel the rumor that Microsoft ever considered purchasing Nintendo, saying, if anyone ever thought about buying Nintendo, I never heard that. So we have a poll for you guys in the chat room. Which company would have been the best partner for Microsoft? A, Sony, B, Nintendo, or C, Sega? And we have that in the chat room for you guys.
Must have been a slow news week for them because that's an old story.
Is it?
Yeah.
I never heard it before. Have you heard that?
I never
Dean?
heard it.
What,
I
say
knew
again? I'm sorry,
for
I
a
didn't
fact
comment.
with Nintendo. I knew that one.
Oh no,
Microsoft
this is
wanted-
Sony? No, I didn't know. I've never.
Yeah,
heard
I've
this.
never heard this story before.
I knew about Nintendo and Sony. And
Yeah.
No, I knew about Nintendo and Sony, but
I didn't know about
I had a feeling so they might have gone after Sony, but I knew about the Nintendo one years ago, back when the Xbox was originally made. That was like a Game Informer article even.
Right. Okay.
That they had met with them and they said that it was actually in the description of the Xbox.
I got one thing to say. Good for you.
I never heard of it myself.
I never heard it. Yeah.
Just saying that's an old article.
Yeah.
Jeez,
honestly,
God.
me
You have
hearing
fish
it for the
sticks in your
first-
mouth, bro?
Yep.
me hearing it for the first time, I do want to say that I really like that idea of Nintendo had focus on the other aspect of it and Xbox doing all the networking side of things, because I feel like those are the best of what they both did. That would have been a cool partnership.
I think I'm happy with what happened.
Yeah.
That they went their
Yeah,
own
no,
way.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't think it's bad at all.
I appreciate the sentiment of people being like, one box. I've recently met my buddy Kevin. He doesn't really follow like games. He plays some, like, he likes the Batman games. Like, very selective gamer.
Yeah.
He doesn't really like, understand the whole situation, but he was like, it just sucks, like, because about the Spider-Man game. He plays on Xbox One. He's like, it just sucks. Like, why can't now I can't play Spider-Man? Blah blah. And he's like, it should just be one box. Blah blah. And like, I appreciate that sentiment, but like, honestly, I kind of like that there's not. And PlayStation's better. So sorry.
Competition inspires creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, that's what it really comes down to.
I said, quote, I guess you picked the wrong horse.
I will say I kind of prefer when there's like a clear winner each generation, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just kind of makes it easier.
Yeah, it does.
To either feel that you lost or you won.
does.
Yeah, well, either that or just like you know what to choose. Too.
Right.
It's like like last generation with the Xbox 360 and the PS3, like they were so close. It's like you wanted both consoles, and it's like I don't have the money for both consoles. Like,
Right.
I just want to choose one. Like help me out here.
Yeah.
What do you guys want? Win
I
the
chose
generation.
the 360, and then this time PlayStation was better, and I chose PS4. And guess
Yeah.
what? If it happened again, and PlayStation sucked, and their shit was way too expensive again, and Xbox was better, you better believe I'll get an Xbox.
Yeah.
I have no integrity. I don't give a fuck. I play where it's better
I
to
do.
play.
I'm going to Sony always.
We know, Greg.
We all know, Greg.
Just putting that out there, just in case y'all forgot.
All right. Before we move on to another commercial break and then our topic of the week, let's do another community focus segment. It's called On the Spot.
Boom, boom.
Every week, you guys can go on our Twitter at the Level Up Network, level spelled LVL. Tweet at us with hashtag On the Spot and a hard hitting question. Could be gaming related, could be maybe a little personal, as long as it's appropriate. This week, we have Dear the Level Up Show. When is it appropriate to do a remaster, a remake, or a reboot, revamp for a video game? Like when?
Good question.
Which is appropriate?
Who asked this? Game Killer?
This came from Game Killer.
Good question.
That's a really good question.
I'm gonna break this down for you kids. Are you ready? You revamp a franchise, not remake or reboot it, when you lose sight in what you're doing in and of yourself and what you started out with. For example, Resident Evil. You started on horror. That was what you were going for. You lost sight of everything going into action and co-op and trying to please everybody. And now they're back to horror.
Sure.
I
So
would
that's
say
what
that would
digital
be
did.
Would that
indicative
be, so
of
is
a
that what we're
remake.
defining as revamping then? Like,
I would
Yeah,
say
that's a
revamping
revamp.
would be
we need to define the terms.
Yeah,
That's the thing is, Resident Evil is not quite a reboot, but it's really close.
right.
Yeah.
It's a
So
revamp.
a revamp is where you take the core of what the whole game was supposed to be.
Yeah.
You keep the bones of the structure, like the basic frameworks of the house, but you just completely change everything inside.
I think Resident Evil will be a revamp / like reimagining. Like reboot to me, like I think God of War is a reboot.
Yeah,
But it
And
isn't.
now, it is to me. Like I look at that
it's
as a
not.
reboot.
Well, no, I would say Ratchet and
Reboot
Clank is a
is
reboot.
not. It's Ratchet and Clank is a reboot.
Yeah.
But
No, that's a
not,
remake.
that's a remake. Yeah,
That's a remake.
That's a remake. You're right. God
That's
of
the same
War.
story.
God of War is not like Spider-Man. The Spider-Man just lends itself to every reference.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, new Spider-Man, new story, reboot. God of
Tomb
War.
Raider was a reboot.
Yes. God of
Yes.
War is still Kratos.
Perfect.
He's got scars from previous games. That shit exists in this world. That's not a reboot.
Yeah.
Okay, I still think that in the case of God of War, the reason I think it's okay what they're doing, whatever you want to call it, reboot, revamp.
Sorry, by the way.
The reason I think God of
that's
War is okay is there's an instance where the games are selling. God of War would have kept selling. But that doesn't mean you just keep going down the same road.
Sure.
Right.
A revamp / reboot, reimagining happens when you want to keep things fresh, but you don't want to lose the audience. And I think that's God of War is doing the right thing. Like it's going to keep selling. That series would have kept selling. That wasn't going anywhere. But keep it fresh. Don't let it go the Call of Duty way where it just becomes tired and trite.
Yeah.
Keep
So
it
it's a
fresh.
revamp.
Keep it interesting.
Yes,
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's a
it's
revamp.
goddamn Batman said. I would consider that to be a revamp.
Right.
What we're looking at.
Right,
here.
but like what you brought up is Tomb Raider is a reboot.
That's definitely a reboot.
That's
That's a
definitely a
reboot.
reboot.
So that's what we're defining.
When
as
is that
reboot.
okay?
Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
So
but
what
why
was
is
the-
it okay with
Because Tomb Raider went downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had the first game, which was good, and the second game was pretty good, and the third game, and then
So, well,
fourth
this
game,
is actually
and then
three
to, like,
questions
eighth or
then.
ninth.
Yeah.
Because he said, when is it okay to remaster?
Well, yeah,
is it
when's a
okay to
remaster
revamp?
okay?
And when is it okay to reboot?
Like a remaster, obviously, is The Last of Us on
Yeah.
PS4. That's a remaster.
That was a little too soon for me.
Yes.
I would say
here's
that's
the thing
not
about
when.
The Last of Us. The Last of Us is like almost the exception to the rule because it came out so late in the generation that it like just kind of made sense like to upgrade it and get it out within the next year.
But it's not like it didn't like get it. Like
No.
it sold gangbusters.
Oh, you did, yeah.
On PS3.
But it was so close, and there's so many people that didn't have a PS3. It was like,
Yeah.
why not just
God
get it
of
on
War
the
3
PS4?
remaster made sense.
I don't think it was a bad decision
Right.
to put on the PS4. But
And Kingdom Hearts.
pertaining to this question, I would say not then. That's not when it's okay. That was way too soon.
Kingdom
if
Hearts?
you ask me. Like Borderlands 2, as much as I like it and everything,
It didn't need to happen.
Not-
the only
not
reason
then.
I did
Too
is
soon.
they wanted to
the
perpetuate
Arkham
onto the
games
console.
too soon.
Remasters for me, like some really great ones were Eco Shadow of the Colossus. I think
Yeah,
that was a really
I
good
agree.
choice.
I like that.
I think like to combine all the Sly Cooper games, all the Ratchet and Clank games, all the Jack and Daxter games, and release like a remastered trilogy. I think that's a really good idea,
I like-
especially if it's coming right before
Right.
like a sequel in the franchise
Which
for
is
the next
why I
generation.
think that Kingdom Hearts is a good one.
Yeah.
I've said it a couple times, but just because that is, it's coming. We
Right,
have a new one coming.
like Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time was coming.
Perfect.
They did the remaster. Like that makes sense. And I think with Eco Shadow of the Colossus, it was intended to be a remaster right before The Last Guardian, but then The Last Guardian got delayed 4 more years.
Yeah.
So it didn't really work out. But
Yeah, I think it depends. Speaking of just strictly remasters, I think it depends on when the game came out. I guess it's hard to say because like if it comes out, like I would say like once the new generation starts, but then like I was just saying, like Borderlands seems a little soon. Like the Arkham games, like still look pretty great on like the previous consoles, and like that's already coming. So it's like it's been a while, but like I don't know It's hard to say, like, but if it came out like the beginning of a generation, and then a new gen starts, like what, like 8 years later it was like from last gen to this gen. I feel like then.
yeah, like Hilt says,
it's okay.
Nathan Drake collection was a good thing, and I think as we were saying, that's good because it brings people into the franchise getting ready for Uncharted 4.
And that's the other thing that would factor in for me is collections, like you were talking about a little bit earlier. Collections
Value.
is kind of a different story. I think you get bang for your buck there, and that's okay, especially when you're planning a new entry in that franchise.
Now, the last one we need to talk about is remake. When is a remake okay? Because, for instance, as much as I like Ratchet and Clank, I don't think that should have been remade. I think that should have been rebooted.
Yeah,
I agree with
Like,
that.
I think they should have completely gone in a new direction. Like, I didn't need to have the same story thrown at me again with, like, some slight little twist to incorporate the
agree.
movie.
I kind of feel like Resident Evil should have been a reboot too.
Yeah, I think Resident Evil should have been a reboot.
I
And
agree.
it's close to one, but I think it should have been a
Right, it's
full-on
completely
reboot.
Tomb Raider. Well, we already did say Tomb Raider is a good example.
Like, I think Final Fantasy VII Remake, obviously, is a good example. That game aged tremendously from a graphical perspective, and it's just been so desired. I think when you go, like, 2-3 generations, then a remake is okay. An example of a remake I don't think was okay, but I still played and I enjoyed was, like, Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. Like, that came out for the PS1, and then, like, 4 years later came out for the GameCube. Like,
Right.
that game didn't need to be remade. Like,
Right.
now, remaking Metal Gear Solid 1 would make sense, but not, like, the next generation. Like,
Right. I agree
give it
with
some time.
So, what are some games you guys would like to see? Well, I don't know. Let's just pick one because there's a lot of meat to this
Yeah.
question. So, revamp, remake, or remaster? What should we talk about?
I would say, let's go with remake.
Okay.
Like an old game that you would want remade for the next generation in every way. Like, just imagine updated in every single way. What's a game that you would want remade? Greg, we'll start with you.
Me personally, it's happening now with Final Fantasy VII because of all the hype with that game, and like I experienced the game, like I played it for a bit, but I was never like, wow, this is the best game ever. But now, remaking that game, I think I'm really gonna adore that title the way I
I'm going to
should.
skip saying that just because obviously I'm very excited about the Final Fantasy VII remake. I don't need to say that over and over again. I'll come up with something else in the meantime. I'm waiting for the other guys because I don't know right now. I'm trying to think.
I don't know. The first one that I came up with, just like without thinking, was Kingdom Hearts 1.
Okay.
Because remade in the same sense that Final Fantasy VII is being remade. Because like I think Kingdom Hearts 1 is awesome. There's a lot of like
it's dated.
There's a lot of little things and like design choices and gameplay mechanics that
just don't work at all.
They're just held back because of that era that it came out in. So if they remade that, I think that would be like incredible.
I got one. And it's funny because I Am Setsuna is kind of a spiritually inspired remake in a way, but I would want Chrono Trigger to be remade.
Yeah,
That's a good one. For you.
Yeah, I would love Chrono Trigger.
Maximum Carnage.
Maximum Carnage, wow.
That would be fucking awesome.
That's old school.
That's ridiculous.
How about you? You have anything come to your mind?
Yeah, Freedom Fighters.
Yeah, you said that a few times.
I have, because I feel like that was a game that is trying to be done now, but people just don't have any fucking idea how to do it, and it was done better than any of the current models are. Like Homefront, terrible.
Yeah.
Freedom Fighters, amazing. And they did it 10 years ago.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Oh, yeah.
God, that whole remake, just complete like Final Fantasy style remake.
Yeah.
It's goddamn bad
Done.
it says Onimusha. That would be a good one.
That'd be a good one.
That'd be cool.
I would be very interested in getting into that because I've seen stuff on it, but I've never played it.
I feel like that just needs a reboot.
Yeah.
Onimusha. Start it over. Do something cool with it. All right, let's go to another quick commercial break. Thank you so much, Game Killer, for the question. Everybody else, go to our Twitter at the Level Up Network, LevelSpitLVL. Tweet on the spot, hashtag on the spot, and your question. When we come back, it's all about hitting 8,000 followers.
Yes.
So get ready to share the show. We're going all out. We're going to make this happen for the last 45 minutes of the show tonight.
Last 45.
Hold on tight, Flames to Earth. We'll be back in approximately 60 seconds.
Hold those flames.
Right?
Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 127. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. The next 45 minutes are dedicated to one purpose. Actually, a few purposes.
What purpose,
the
man?
big purpose, road to 8,000 followers. The other purpose, you guys getting to know us better.
Purpose.
You know, we've come a long way. It's been 2.5 years or more since we started the Level Up Show.
Things change.
We're almost at 8,000 followers. We figured what better way to celebrate this, if we get to it, than just talking with you guys and having you ask any question, and us also to start it all off. Let's celebrate something really cool that happened this week.
Yeah, that was cool.
Now, I didn't tell anybody we were doing this because I was hoping that you guys could experience it with us. I submitted a video to Twitch Weekly to try and get on their video spotlight. Now, they say that they're supposed to send you an email saying you've been chosen. That way you can get your community to be there during Twitch Weekly when it happens. Unfortunately, they didn't send me an email, so most of you guys didn't see it live. But we were chosen. And It was awesome, and we got like 40 follows out of it, and we might have a few newbies in here tonight because of that. Thank you for joining us. But to the people that didn't get to see the video, we're going to play it for you right now.
Also, if you guys are sending questions, I'm going to put them on a notepad.
Twitch presents The Level Up Show, a group of 4 gamers that desperately wish they could leave their boring day jobs to become full-time streamers. First, there's Andrew, the host some might say, with an ego so big he constantly proclaims,
I make the show, I make the show, I make the show, I make the show.
Next up, meet Michael, an angry curmudgeon little fellow with a heart of pure gold.
You need to go yourself. Like, get royally if you think that's...
Never mind. And then there is Dean, the trophy king of the Level Up Show and former rock star turned
my God.
video game
Stop wanting my
performer.
Knick-knack, scoop-a-doop-a-doop-up.
We're cooking.
And lastly,
That's my
you have
favorite
Greg,
part.
a humanized Muppet who truly believes every single thing in the world is
phenomenal.
That's
Together,
literally
they
the best
form the
depiction of it.
Level Up Show. And it might not seem like it right now, but on every Sunday, these adorable man-children bring you the latest in gaming news.
Those are the best.
Watch as they announce video game delays in musical form. Cringe as they mispronounce every non-American game developer's name. And laugh as they consistently make complete fools of themselves. The Level Up Show, a gaming talk show live every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. Follow now.
I'm gonna consider doing that.
So there you go.
I love that.
Maybe a little incentive for you guys to follow as well. So yeah, that was played live on Twitch Weekly for like 2,000 viewers or so. And it was just
Some of those people are here now.
really cool. It just...
Yeah.
It was one of those like
That was cool.
giddy moments, you know, where you're like, oh my god, we
Dude,
were
hold on. That
mentioned.
mentioned out of nowhere. You just see, holy shit, what the fuck is going on with our Twitch? Oh my god, Twitch swap. Like,
Yeah,
right in
I
a
was like,
row.
what is happening? We're getting a follow like every other second right now, and then it occurred to me. I was like, wow, we got chosen. We must have gotten chosen. And there we go. So followers coming in. Thank you to
Thank
Zeph
you.
FPS for the follow. Keep them coming, guys. Hit that heart button at twitch.tv/level up show. We're going to play some classic clips, of course, from past episodes. This one from
Drew,
episode
question
27.
to you. That exact video, is that our About video on YouTube?
It is our welcome video right now.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I don't think I would make it like our advertisement on YouTube because it's not a YouTube advertisement.
Right.
It's a Twitch advertisement. But, you know, it'll try and hopefully bring some people from our YouTube over to our Twitch if they haven't already.
Is this Pterodactyl Andrew?
This is Snake Andrew.
Oh,
Is what
God.
this was.
Oh my god, this one terrifies me.
This was Snake Andrew.
Oh
Yeah, this is back when we were much classier back then.
Oh my god.
Much classissier. So
Man, you got in shape for your wedding, didn't you?
yeah, I was in pretty good shape for my wedding back then. And then Kristen steps in as well. With her Snake Andrew, or Snake Kristen, I guess you could say. The big clock, R.I.P. Yes, that's an example of where the show used to be, I guess you could say, when we had a sign printed, mirrored on a poster board. You know, all that
Oh my
good
god,
stuff.
you remember that? We didn't even have the table. We just held shit up.
I'll
Yeah.
never forget
one
the
of
day
them?
I went to Staples and literally made my show, and then Drew was like, "Oh, you have to mirror it." By the way, I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, this is when we revealed the level up showroom.
show,
But I don't
yeah.
want to focus on all the clips. I wanted to have you guys ask us questions, especially if you wanted to just like learn more about us, maybe our
I have
gaming
one
habits.
question ready to go.
Go ahead.
Job32X said, "How did you guys all meet?"
Okay, so
I don't
didn't
know these people.
I didn't know Dean at all, really. Even though we
don't-
went to the same high school.
Yeah, and we're only these guys are only 1 year up from me. Well, Mike, I knew pretty much my whole life. But yeah, I've never ran into you once.
I've
Never
known Mike
really.
since like freshman, sophomore year of high school. We were in the same homeroom,
Yes,
so we
sophomore.
connected then on mostly on film stuff. We
You were
realized
really in the film shit for the
Yes.
longest time.
I'm still very much in the film shit.
Yeah.
Hence the Lights Up show. But yeah, we connected on film, and then we connected on video games, and
Yeah.
then we started to do some podcasting and just stuff
Did
like
you ever
that.
find the artwork?
No, I haven't looked yet. But
No.
yeah, we did some goofy stuff back in the day. But yeah, we're pretty much high school friends, and Dean being friends with Mike was brought in to the group, and yeah, now we're all best friends.
Fun fact for those that are originals, I want to get Dean in on the ground floor before Mark. Mark
Oh,
was
really?
only, yeah, Mark was
I
trying.
never even knew that.
Yeah.
I was never told.
Because we were talking. No, I was talking to you at that time, and you're like, "Oh, I have a lot of shit going on, so I don't know."
when you guys first
Yeah,
started?
yeah.
I guess
remember
my
that?
timeline is. I remember you talking to me for a while, but I had only watched a couple of times, so I didn't know I didn't know that was at the beginning at the time.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and then Mark
That's
was
crazy.
really there to help with the chat and shit. and
Two
he became
answers to
integral.
questions. First off, no, Mark never took off the beanie live on show.
No.
never
And he
happened.
never will.
Never will happen. The other part is Greg. He was introduced into the show because he watched us and called in many
Yeah.
times and even came to visit us, and yeah, and now he's a part of it all.
Episode 8, I called
Drew
in
used to secretly
wasted
bully
and told
Dean.
them I was Jesus, and they said, "You're Jesus," and I said, "Yep."
That's
and then
that's
I
not what happened.
visited them when I lost my virginity, and then we all became best friends.
That is actually what happened.
That actually did happen. No lie is present in that.
The end happened. Yeah. That
Thank
one
you.
tiny part.
to Johnny Poolside for refollowing as well. I noticed that right now.
Thanks,
What the hell, man?
And Zeth
Thanks,
FPS is our most
John.
recent follow. Guys, keep the follows coming. We're trying to hit 8,000 followers. We're trying to get more people in the room. We're at 75 or so right now. Share the show, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. Tell your friends who are gamers about our network here, and we can bring them into the community. Any other questions that you noticed, Dean?
There's a couple floating around. I'll answer this. Gerzon Bear said, Dean, did you go to ASU? Do you miss Phoenix in winter? I'm not real sure how you know that. Yes, I go to ASU. Kind of creeped out that you know it. I go online. I'm from New Jersey. I was born and raised in this.
We talk about it on
same
Power Up, Dean.
Is
It's actually-
Gerzon the guy that caught up on every single episode of our show?
Maybe.
Oh, maybe that's
Because he also knew about my
Yeah.
breakfast habits.
He must be. Yeah.
He might be.
Yeah. No. I'm serious. In serious though. I go there now. Yeah, online. But I don't. I've never lived there. I actually went. I was born and raised pretty much in the house that I have been in my whole life.
Dean.
And then my parents, when they moved out, my fiance and I took my childhood home over, so I still live there.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
So
Somebody else
let's
asked
talk
why
a
we're
little bit
so
more
weird.
about ourselves, I guess, outside the show for people
Drew,
who know.
before we do that, I have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Next Gen 99 wants to know, have you heard of Cosmic Star Heroine?
Yeah, I said that I don't, actually. I think he said that, or she said that it was present on Colin and Greg Live, but I know nothing about this game.
Okay.
So I might have to
So
look it up.
why were you using "damn it" me and stuff a second ago?
Because you have a sticker for ASU on your laptop.
I sure do, don't I? Yep, there it is. Sure do.
Rick
So
wants to
to
know,
tell a little
what
bit more
are
about
you doing
ourselves,
for your day job?
I'm Andrew Midori. I've got a wife named Kristen Midori. She was on the show for a long time. But she got busy with work and all that kind of stuff. We now have a child together, Evangeline Rose Midori. I'm an architect outside of the show. Wish
Those
that I
things
could be a
design.
full-time streamer or, video game personality, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That's all of our goals, obviously. We would love to make this into a full-time thing. But yeah, I enjoy my job as an architect. I do mostly franchise stuff, but we do a little bit of healthcare stuff. It's a good thing. It's cool. I like what I do, but this is kind of my.
That's what you love to do.
This is what I love to do.
This is what I think what we all love to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So real into artwork, real into film, as you guys know. Used to do some filmmaking. Used to do a lot of artwork. Haven't really too much recently, just because I'm so busy with stuff. But
Drew, fun fact, Drew actually wrote the script for
a movie.
Inception.
Oh,
As
yeah.
well as
I didn't write the script. I had
what's the other one?
Memento.
Shutter Island.
Oh, and Shutter
And-
Island.
and
too.
Memento.
And Memento, yes.
That's crazy.
Just I had these ideas where I would jot down film
Two
ideas.
of them were fleshed out. One we made.
Yes. One we made, and then we would find out. Wait a second, this has already been done.
I called him. I left. What was it? Which one was it? Inception or Shutter Island?
It was Shutter Island. That was really weird.
And I literally called him. I'm like, dude, he's like, I know. You had already seen it. You're like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was wow, this really is the exact idea. Now, that's not to say that I came up with it first, because Shutter Island is a book that came out a long time ago. It was super weird that I wrote this idea not knowing anything about Shutter Island, and then the movie came out, and it was like, holy shit, this is the exact thing that I wrote. Holy crap.
I invented
Bigger,
squeezable peanut butter.
really?
Yeah.
Not a fucking joke. I swear to God, I was walking. I remember this vividly. I was walking behind. You know that path behind the high school when you park behind the Acme? You can
Yeah.
go by the path by the by the.
The
track
way I
field
went
and
to
everything.
school every single day.
Yeah, so I'm walking by there. It was like a weekend. We were cutting through there. We were walking to our friend's house. I had my guitar on my back for some reason. We were going somewhere where we needed the
School?
guitar. No, it was a weekend. We were walking to our friend's house.
Wow.
We were cutting through. And I was like, you know what would be... I was just out of the blue. I was talking to my buddy Kevin, and Eric was with me. And I was like, you know what would be awesome if they just had the peanut butter in a little pack. And you could just pop it right out. And they were like, what made you think of this? I was like, because I wanted to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. I was like, but all the knives were dirty. And I was like, I wish I could just have a fucking thing. I could just squeeze it out.
Yeah.
I swear to God, 3 months later was the first commercial for squeeze the Skippy. I was like, no! It was mine! That is a true... I'll never forget that. I'll never forget it.
Mike,
We've all
tell
done
about
that.
yourself a little bit outside the show. What do you do? What do you like to do?
I want you to read my Instagram profile. that
Mike's
was made for me.
Instagram.
Also, I will not be answering any questions about Starbucks, so you can stop. Because
Father.
fuck Starbucks.
Gamer, writer, director, producer, filmmaker, astronaut,
Yep.
secret agent,
Yes.
visionary,
All of that.
prodigy, genius, Spider-Man.
Come on. You're not Spider-Man.
That was made for
I
me.
disagree with that. 60% of that.
Yeah, same.
No,
100%.
I'm really am a father.
You are. That's not the
and again,
percentage I was disagreeing with.
It's up for debate.
Not at all.
He said, "I really am Spider-Man." Imagine.
No, all that was true. I enjoy games, and I enjoy movies, and I enjoy my little girl, and she's awesome. She's really goofy, dude. I've been she's been making these like unboxing videos a lot lately, and I'm trying to compile a list of them and just put them up on YouTube. Because
you like to take advantage of your daughter.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't I? At least I don't like to kill and maim children.
The only type of person I can think
my
of that takes
God.
advantage of their daughter is a real piece of shit. Just a real P.O.S.
I agree to that.
This is Mike's name, by the way. We've established in various chats.
Yes.
And it just seems to be...
When he says "we," I like to definitely signify that it's Dean that establishes these names.
I mean, I didn't hear anyone arguing against it.
And Drew and I awkwardly just kind of read the messages, and then Drew and I all switch the topic to something else. I'll be like, "So, what else is going on?"
There's nothing,
Pretty much.
There's nothing awkward.
I'll just come in and be
about
like, okay, this took a turn.
it. There's nothing
Or I'll just
awkward
be like,
about it. It's
or
a
I'll just
pet
be like
name.
LMFAO.
It's not a pet name.
Yeah, it's endearing. It's a
not your
term
pet.
of endearment.
I'm not.
Not
your
a pet name isn't like your little pet. Like a pet name is like when you call your friend like Buddy or something.
That's not. That's also not a pet name.
It's a term of endearment.
That's.
You're a piece of shit.
So, Dean, you work at Starbucks.
Fucking Starbucks, we're not talking about it. Brad asked a question. He said, when was all of our first kiss? Not together.
Oh, I was like, wait a minute.
When was
My
each of our
first kiss, like, I'm talking about like a true kiss. I'm not gonna like go like, you know, like peck or like stupid stuff like that. Like
Sure.
first like true like kiss, like make out, I guess you
Yeah.
could say.
This
It was
is a
freshman
weird
year of high
topic
school.
this show.
He just, hey, we're answering questions.
Yeah, we're
Sure.
talking about personal stuff, man.
I don't know. What are we defining
Like
as our
actual,
tongue?
like
First
a
tongue?
kiss a kiss that now you would be like, you know what? That's a good kiss.
I'm telling you right now,
This
it's
is-
tongue.
It being good isn't up to you.
I think you.
entirely.
All right, stop being literal about. Like, you have to be like, okay, you know what? That's like, you can't sit there and be like, oh, I pecked her on the cheeks. That's a kiss.
Yeah, I'm saying like make out, like
Yeah,
kiss,
tongue.
Yeah.
Kindergarten.
Tongue?
Kindergarten.
I'm answering
What kind of childhood
answering
did
the
you have?
question. There was a lovely young lady who lived around my neighborhood.
I can't do it.
I'm not gonna drop name. I don't fucking know who's watching this shit anymore, dude.
Get the fuck out of here!
There's
like,
a
you're
young
watching.
lady who lived around my neighborhood. Okay?
Kindergarten.
At the time.
my
I'm not kidding. I'm answering the question.
Oh my
The
god.
that was the first I remembered. It was towards the end of kindergarten, and all year this girl had chased me around the bus stop, right? Always chased around the bus stop. Everyone
believe
thought it was a big game. So it got to be like towards the end of the year. Everyone's getting like their summer jams on. Like, can't fucking wait, not at school anymore. Great, blah blah blah. And then everyone was doing the dare. Because kids are fucking stupid. They don't know. They're like, "Ooh, you guys make out. You guys should make out." And no one really knew what like making out was. They knew what, but the basics were involved in making out, right? And so I was on the bus and I was like, you know what? Let's fucking make out. I'll totally make out with you. And we're just stupid kids. Like, you don't know.
You know what I imagine right
You don't
now?
know what you're
I imagine
doing, you know what
like
I mean?
little miniature 5-year-old Dean
Yeah.
saying this in Dean's voice, like, "Oh, okay, let's fucking make out right now."
Danny is in kindergarten. I want to make that
That's what I
relevant.
was gonna say. Is I don't remember shit about kindergarten,
Right,
so for
like-
you to remember this just blows my mind.
I
to
have
begin
a,
with.
you can ask my parents this and even Eric, I have a notoriously, like, fucking steel trap memory, dude.
TX Puck. That's called pedophilia. You could still sue her, Dean.
No, we were the same age. We were the same age. In fact, I was younger. Because she got held back.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
There you go. Done.
Mike,
That's
when
my
was the
answer.
first time
That's
that
my real
you
answer.
Open mouth, tongue kissed somebody.
Like a legitimate thing on like
Yeah.
Dean's thing.
Legit.
I'm gonna say I think it was either 8th grade or 9th grade. It was like I think it was a summer. Right
So
between.
around where I was.
First one where I was like, hormones were going.
Oh, that's what I was trying to get at.
I'm just saying, dude. That was my first.
No,
one.
get the fuck out of here! You didn't
Quiet
have
down.
hormones going.
I didn't say what hormones going, but you said that's what qualified, correct? I don't know.
Yeah, that was an open- if it was
I'm
an
not
open
sure
mouth-
what you're looking for.
If it was an open mouth tongue
Here's
kiss,
what I
counts,
think.
yeah.
I think Mike's a little bit mad that I was getting some when I was in kindergarten.
I think
I
And it took you until 8th grade.
No, get out of here! I can give you a name right now, right around kindergarten, maybe 1st grade. I don't know. Kiss
Then
her
it
right in the mouth.
counts.
Done. No, I'm not gonna go that because that's a bullshit route. That's like
I'm
you
just
can't
trying to
get
answer
down
the
Okay,
question.
Greg,
That's my
you're
right.
last.
Mine was 7th grade. So what are you, like 12, 13? And I took this girl to go see Cheaper by the Dozen 2. And my mom drove us there. And I remember at the very end of the movie, Steve Martin's character kisses whoever the hell the woman is on a dock, and the song Sunday Morning plays by Maroon 5, and they're my all-time favorite band. That's my all-time favorite song. And I looked at her, and she looked at me because she knew it was my song, and then I grabbed her face, and we made out.
How old were you?
I was 12 or 13.
I missed the beginning part. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, middle school sometime was the
Yeah.
the other real one.
Yeah.
Sometime in middle school, I don't remember. A long time ago.
Mary, if you're watching, I miss you.
Also,
She's not
also
watching
a
her.
dare. That was a weird thing back then. Everyone was always daring everyone to make out. Why?
My dares were always, it wasn't dares. We would always do spin the bottle, and we thought we were like the shit. But our bottle would be vodka, so when you spun it, you would have to do a shot and
you were
then
12?
kiss the person. No. This is like high school, like beginning high school.
I
Those
stopped
were,
playing
like, my-
Truth or Dare when I was in high school.
You guys had a very different childhood from me.
Yeah.
I did not ever get dared to kiss somebody. That was not my
Never
life.
when you were a kid, you like little kids being stupid. Like
Not that I remember.
really? I feel like that was pretty popular when I was a kid. When was your actual answer?
You said, I think, freshman
Eighth,
year,
seventh
like 8th grade,
No, it was
right?
8th grade. It was like right at the start of it. It was like end of 7th, right in 8th grade.
Yeah, that was somewhere. My legit one after the kindergarten thing was around somewhere around there.
I did play Spin the Bottle once, Mel.
Just once?
Just
Once. Yep.
You played
I feel like
spin
my
the
entire
bottle
life-
once.
From like 5th through like 9th grade was.
We did more Truth or
Me
Dare than Spin the
too,
Bottle. I only
Dean.
played Spin the Bottle maybe once or twice too.
Really? I played
Yeah.
a lot. A lot of that 7 minutes in heaven going on. I liked that one better than Spin the Bottle.
Your whole side of the development was weird.
Not weird.
Ah!
You just knew what was up, dude.
That's true.
Any other questions?
I wasn't. It wasn't with kids in my development.
No, I know.
You go to school. You meet people.
Quick reminder, we're 12 follows away now. We're at 79.
Share the
88.
show.
Follow the show, share the show. Let's try and get to 8,000. We still have a chance. We still have like 25 minutes left in the show here. We can do it if you guys push. Push.
Brad, it's
Push
overrated.
it to the limit.
It'll be fine.
There's always guys.
It'll be fine.
Okay, back to the questions, guys. Let us know what you want to know. Gaming-wise, personal-wise, we're clearly talking about anything tonight.
Right? Like, apparently there's no rules.
Literally
No
anything.
filters tonight.
They said, Drew goes, when was your first tongue kiss? Dean goes, kindergarten. We said
I wasn't
when.
trying to like give a bullshit answer. I was really trying to just think of the first time I remembered.
Right.
Also, I brought a Power Rangers gun to school for show and tell in kindergarten.
You got in
Everyone
trouble
else
for
brought
it.
everyone else brought like pictures of pets and stuff, and I was like, check out my fucking blast, and they're like, no, you can't. And I was like, why?
What is the most trouble you've ever gotten to in school?
Oh God,
I don't even know where to start.
dude! Honestly, you and me both. Mr.
don't know.
Rasmus knew me by
I don't
first
know.
name
Yeah,
very, very well.
I got in a lot of trouble in high school. Later in high school,
Middle school more so.
I only had
high
like
school
one
for me.
event in my entire life.
I was
where got into
was
big trouble.
pretty good, probably much to people's like whatever they might think. I was actually really good until like my senior year, like junior senior year. The two worst ones I had were I cut this class for 58 days straight, and I went home every time. And then they finally noticed in the attendance sheet that I was doing it, and I got called into what's the dude's name who looked like George Jefferson?
Mr.
Fields.
Mr. Fields. That's what it was.
I got
yeah.
his Fields, and he was like, "You cut 58 times. Where you been going?" I was like, "I've been here, man." And he was like, "58 times. Where you been going? You leaving the premises?" Blah blah blah. And he tripped me up, and somehow like I had spilled that I was like leaving and going home. He was like, "You left school premises?" Blah blah blah. I was like, "No, I mean like home." So I got like internal for a long time for that.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the chat for a moment, and I'll try and get back to my events
That's
that
fine.
got me in trouble. But we actually had a legit question from Strife Girl. But first, Guitar Freak punched a girl in the face, it sounds like.
Don't do
We
that.
got in trouble for that.
That's bad. That's very bad.
There was another one I missed, too. Somebody got detention every Friday. There was a few good ones in there. But Mel's legit question was, before you guys were gamer, what was your favorite thing to do in your free time?
Music. Plain and simple.
Simple and sweet. How about you, Mike?
Depends. Depends on age. I mean, I've always played games all my life.
Yeah, I've always played games, but
Same.
I'd say the other thing, I was into sports. I did baseball, I did swimming. I was very into artwork, as I said before. Those were kind of the big ones for me. Games has probably always been the biggest. That and film have always been the biggest.
We used to play outside, around your development and everything with Pat and stuff. And we had, I was lucky, I grew up, there's like a wooded area and a creek, a stream that runs all through the neighborhood that connects to yours. So yeah, it's you have a little bit more wooded area by you, but mine was longer. So we would go in that, and I was always doing stuff in there.
This stuff is always, like the guys are saying, it's always been a part of my life, like video games, movies. I've always loved that stuff. But when I was like coming up, it was like I always enjoyed doing things, but music was what this is for me now. Is what music was for me.
I used to play
for a
ton
long
of guitar
time.
too. Yeah.
And then the older I got, the more things you just change when you get older.
Greg, how about you? What's your favorite hobby when you were a kid, other than gaming?
I used to write like Saturday Night Live skits.
That's cool.
And I used to perform them with my friends on my old YouTube channel. Nobody look it up because I'm still trying to report it to YouTube, so they take it down because I'm very embarrassed by them. But I ended up developing 3 of those skits, and they all got picked when I grew up and got into high school for my variety shows, which are really, really cool. I played Mona Lisa in a celebrity rehab skit, which
That's
was fun.
awesome.
Yeah, it's a good.
Doesn't
time.
surprise me at all either.
Yeah, thank you.
Totally your thing.
Yeah, you have a good imagination.
I love skits. I love improv. It's my favorite.
As for what got me into trouble, so
Oh.
in the 5th grade, for some reason, I honestly don't even remember. I left public school, and I tried out Catholic school. And Catholic school is a lot stricter than public school, it turns out, because I was on the bus with my brother. We both went to the same Catholic school at the time, like 5th grade. And we were on the back seat of the bus, whatever. And my brother wrote Anthony Was Here, and I was very into Shawshank Redemption. I still am. So I had to write So Was Andrew. Okay, whatever. There's writing on the back of every seat on every bus ever, right?
Dummy.
So I'm walking out one day with my mom, and I shit you not, like they walk up to me like they're about to arrest me. Like the principal and some other guy, and they come up
What?
with like multiple pictures, like Polaroids, of like zooming in closer and closer on the writing on the back of the seat, showing it to mom like Exhibit A, Exhibit B, like it was like hardcore, and honestly we were just like fuck this shit, we're out of here. Like like it was just like this is ridiculous. Like give me a break. Like I get it. Like I'd get in trouble if they were gonna like suspend me for like 2 weeks or some shit. I was like. We just left. Like we were like, we're going back to public school. Like this is ridiculous. Like you're making way too big a deal out of this.
Yeah, that's insane.
It was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's not cool.
So that's the most trouble I've
That's
ever gotten
lame.
into. I was
That's
going to be
so
suspended
tame.
for like 2 weeks.
That's so.
There's
tame.
so many things that I could have really gotten like kicked out of school,
story that you did. I don't even.
but
think
you get
know of.
away with it,
But I went to GCIT in
Okay.
freshman year, which is why I wasn't in your homeroom freshman year.
Oh, okay, that
And
makes sense.
the end result was I was suspended for 2 weeks right before Christmas vacation, and a week of that I spent at Pat Riley's house. But so GCIT you had to get chosen to go into for business and computers. You had to apply, you had to do an essay, you had to be interviewed, stuff like that. So it was kind of like an initiation thing that we had to new people that were shadowing. For some reason, everybody thought it was a good idea to do power sit-ups as an rite of initiation.
Is that the one where you?
Yes.
Okay, make sure. Or you get your nose in someone's ass, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
So we were all involved. The one kid that
Hold on. Does everybody know what a power setup is?
No,
It's the
what's
one where you
Have you
hold the guy's
seen-
head down with like the blindfold over his eyes.
Oh yeah,
yeah, you pull a tower over their head,
And then you pull it away.
You
Yeah.
pull it away, and they do a sit-up
I am
really,
familiar.
really hard. Heavyweights is where.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the one kid,
This sounds
like,
so
there-
dangerous.
this has gone on from. I mean, not really dangerous.
just
It's
terrible.
Just pretty fucking shitty.
Literally.
Piece of shit, as we
Yeah.
call it.
So it was my turn, of course, and the one kid that we got was the one that didn't like it. We had done it like 4 or 5 times, and yeah, so I almost got expelled out of that school.
Okay. Nice.
That was bad.
There were so many things that like I could have gotten.
Yeah.
Time I walked out of the building. It was time to go to gym. We were walking out to the field. Just lit up fill it in for yourself. Just smoking. Just no fucks, like guns blazing. Like me and this other.
You were an
kid.
asshole in high school. I
Dude,
remember.
I wasn't.
Well, not like an asshole,
Yeah,
asshole,
like, I didn't
but like
bother
you were
anybody,
just like.
but like I did
You were
whatever
a
I
tool.
want. Yeah,
You were a tool.
I just did. No, I wouldn't say tool because like I didn't fuck with anyone else. You know what I mean? Like I
Right.
just didn't give a fuck. I did whatever I wanted, dude.
Right.
Literally, like you could not stop me. Me and my buddy just walked out, just smoked literally the entire thing. Right, just sat on the bleacher. People were running the mile. And I was like, we're gonna get kicked out of school for this. But, like, you just don't care. When you're a kid, you're such an idiot. Yeah, that was terrible. I thought for sure I was going down, but we got away with it.
First to Brad, I fell in love with Bogey when first of all, we got Bogey off the internet, actually. He was like one of those, I don't know what to even call it, like not a shelter, like it was actually like a breeder, but we saw the picture of Bogey, and he looked like such a goofy dog, and he is a goofy dog. You guys noticed, but that was what sold me, is like, this dog looks goofy. Like, this dog's got a goofy personality, his name is Bogey, totally fits, and I told Chris, like, that's the dog. Get me that dog.
Yeah.
And now we love Bogey. Bogey's awesome. And Next Gen says, anything you guys miss about high school?
Yeah.
No.
Not being an adult.
I gotta be honest, no. For me, no. Like,
I was just
high
talking
school
about
was
this.
some of the worst years of my life.
Really? See, I loved high school.
I worked so much
Yeah,
harder
you
than
did.
I ever should have. Let me
Yeah,
tell you guys right
for
now,
sure.
don't try hard in school. It doesn't pay off.
So true, though.
No, I'm dead serious.
It's
like,
so
Like,
true.
do what you need to do to get
get
into
A's
the college
and
you want
B's,
to.
maybe get a C here and there,
But
but
don't go
don't worry
overboard.
about getting a 104.5 GPA like I did, because it means absolute jack shit.
Honestly, I got almost straight D's, and I'm just fine.
Yeah.
Like,
You'll be fine. You'll be
just
fine.
it's
just
it's
try
not
and
worth
make it out alive.
I was up till 4 a.m. every morning. That's why I am the way I am now, because I worked on artwork like probably 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
Even more so than the physics and the advanced calculus. I went nuts on everything. On top of having baseball and swimming, and I had no life, and it wasn't worth it.
I had a life, and it still wasn't worth. Like, so what Mike was saying, I really wasn't like the story. These are isolated stories you're
Right.
reading. Like, I really wasn't like that big of a.
No,
I was
yeah.
honestly very quiet.
Yeah.
I kind of kept to myself. I was friends with like all the different types of people. I didn't have like a thing. Like, I was quiet. I liked music, and like I got through it. And now that it's over, I was just talking about this recently. Like, all of the biggest moments in my life and like all of my favorite memories, none of them are from high school. They're all from after high school. You know what I mean? It's like, you just like, it's just a part of life. And now it's like, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I just was like, it happened.
I just want to be clear, because Derek's like, well, my job is done in this check, because he's a teacher. I'm not saying don't be a good student. Be a good student.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
saying don't let it govern your entire life. Have fun too.
Right, like,
get out.
Do like I said, do what you need to do to get in the college that
Yeah.
you need to go to.
Get
But
like
really,
A's
no
and
one's going
B's
to
and
look at your
whatnot.
grades
Maybe
from high
C
school.
here and there. Just don't like let it ruin your life.
yeah.
Don't like be so crazy that like getting a B is like the worst thing in the world, and you're getting anxiety over it and all
My
that kind of
cousin's
stuff. Not
another
worth
good
it.
example. She
Not
was
worth
just like you.
That was how my sister was. She was just like you.
Yeah.
Who, Ashley? Really?
High school
never
was
went
the
get that.
balls.
Yeah, she got straight A's. Almost all the way through. And then she went to college and same thing. She's really bright. She actually has the same anxiety disorder I have. So like that stuff like
It took me
stressed her
until
the
like,
fuck
and
out.
it's a weird time to figure it out. It took me until like my last 2 years of college to realize it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like that's when I like stopped trying so hard, and I got a couple B's like on some tests, got a couple C's. Like by that point, I already had like a 3.7 GPA and wasn't really going down that much anyway.
Right.
But like I realized it's not worth it. Like most of the stuff I'm learning right now, I'm never going to use, and it turns out to be true.
Right.
Like in certain professions, it is worth it, because like if you're going into healthcare, yeah,
there's
you pretty much
a
need to know everything you're being taught. But if you're going into like engineering, no, you're
Right,
going to
anything
use about
creative design,
10%
stuff like that, yeah.
of what you
Yeah.
learn in college.
Any engineering happens.
Yeah, any engineering.
Hammerman, I'm assuming that question was a joke.
What is the question?
I'm actually not gonna answer it.
Yeah. Can I know what the joke was?
Said first time you got arrested? Question mark.
No, never.
Never. No.
No, never got arrested.
Yeah, me either, guys.
I was put in handcuffs once, but
But it's
Really? Were
funny
you, Greg?
really?
yeah,
I was
Yeah.
twice.
Can we hear that story, Greg?
2 times.
yeah. Everyone knows my life by now. All the viewers have seen my Snapchat stories. I was in high school and I had a crush on this girl, and I was in love with her, and her boyfriend had just broken up. So she called me at like 2 a.m, and she was like, "Oh my god, I really need to see you." I'm like, yes, it's happening. So I was like, yeah, like if you want to come get me or whatever, like that's fine. So she picked me up. And we ended up going to my elementary school parking lot, and she wanted to smoke a little marijuana, and I was like, yeah, no, like this is totally fine, we can totally do this. It was like my first or second time trying pot, but this was definitely the first time I was high. And we ended up in the car, we ended up baking out the car, like didn't vent any of the windows or anything. It was terrible. All of a sudden I see these flashing lights through like the fog of the smoke. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, those are red and blue. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, we're fucked. She's like, what does that mean? She rolls down the window after we get a tap on the...
Hard to think at that point because your heart is in your ball sack.
Yep. So we see a flashlight come on the window. He taps on my side of the... I was in the passenger seat. He taps on my side of the window, and I roll down the window, and all I see is smoke pouring out into this cop's face. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, all right, just try to play it cool. Like, you can Greg your way out of this one. Everyone loves you. So I'm like talking to the cop. The cop's like seeming to like me and everything. All of a sudden, my friend reaches over me, the girl, and we were eating animal crackers. She takes a handful of animal crackers and says, do you like elephants? And shoves them into the cop's mouth. At that point in time, I got ripped out of the passenger seat of the car, thrown up against the car, frisked up and down, cursed out, thrown to the curb. He puts handcuffs on me, and he's like, don't fucking move anywhere. It was like the scariest time of my life. And then he took like the little water bottle bong thing that we had made to smoke the weed, and he was like, you kids stay out of trouble, and then give the girl that I was going out with a $75 ticket, and I never spoke to her again.
They let you go?
Yeah, they let me go. He put me in handcuffs. He was like, I did this to scare you. He's like, this is your first
How old
time.
were
He's
you?
like, you two seem like good kids. I was 15 or 16.
That's pretty wild. That's scary. Oh my God.
That was terrifying. I was shitting.
I died when the freaking writing on the back of the seat thing happened. I was like terrified. Like they treated it like it was like be arrested or something. But that's truly terrifying.
It's not a good time, man.
No, it's not.
I was twice. Similar stories to Greg's. Nothing crazy. I was young.
Before you go too much further, just want to thank some 1720 for the follow, since that's kind of what we're trying to do here.
Yeah.
11 more follows and we will hit 8,000. So share the show one more time, guys. Maybe try and bring in some new people and we can maybe get to 8,000 before we wrap up in 10 minutes. Keep those follows. Hit that heart button at twitch.tv/levelupshow. We'll shout you out, of course, and you'll get us closer to that goal. Sorry, Dean, go ahead.
No, you're fine, dude. Yeah, I was twice, which is so terrible to heal yourself, say out loud.
Right? Like, I started telling that story, and I was just like, oh, I shouldn't be saying this.
You know what, dude? I'm not, like, ashamed or anything. It's a part of life, and, like, you come to find that, like, it's happened to more people than you think, just people don't talk about it.
Yeah.
I was young. I was 17 the first time. I was 19 the second time. Same shit, just weed. Just dumb, young kids shit. I didn't learn my lesson the first time, it happened again. There was no, like, I don't know, like, convict or anything. The misdemeanors, the slaps on the wrist. You had to pay a lot of money, so if you were out thinking it's like no fuss, no muss, like be careful.
How much?
The first time was like $4,000. The second time,
oh really? Is that high for the first
that
time?
much?
Yep.
Wow!
Oh
and
my
it was
God.
what was called a conditional discharge, where I had to be willing to. I hope I'm never gonna like run for president or anything someday. Where
that's not gonna happen, Dean.
They let you off on a conditional discharge, which is you have to admit yourself to going for, it was 9, I think, random drug tests. They call you, you have to go to this place and show up no matter what time, what day, you gotta go.
Oh wow.
So if like you're down the shore, like whatever, like you're in Virginia or something, which you're not supposed to be because I was put on probation, which is they take very lightly, by the way, not as serious as it sounds. Yeah, they so you have to just go. You have to, wherever you are, you have to leave. You have to go and do the thing. So in order to get off on this conditional discharge, you have remember, man, I have 68 platinums. You have to pay like a shit ton of money, and then there's like court fees and all this stuff. And then the second time, I got completely dismissed of everything, but it's because I had to pay for a really good lawyer, which was like $6,000.
Wow.
So like I had to like pretty much just depleted all of my
you would have
savings and
$10,000 more right now.
if you're just a little smarter, yeah, and a lot of free time back.
A lesson to you all.
Yeah, just be smart. I get it. It's stupid. It's a stupid thing to get in trouble for. Obviously, they realize that because they're legalizing all over the place, but they take it pretty seriously for some reason. Yeah. So just be careful.
I'm so happy I didn't have.
That said, the first time is the story you always hear me referring to of how I got into video games because I was home all the time because I couldn't really do much. So I'm kind of thankful for
Finally, the secret reveal.
That's it. Yeah, that's what I was. That's
Your
how I
origin
really
story.
got into video games. So I can't be like too mad because it like kind of defined the rest of my life.
It's funny the theme that's going on tonight with like the questions. Another question from Strife Girl was, have you guys ever been in a fight?
Yeah.
Like fist fight?
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Only with my
Just
brother,
with
though.
Yeah,
No,
just
I
with
I
my
don't know
brother.
if that counts. Does that count? I guess it
Yeah, that
does.
counts.
Yeah.
Fist fight.
You fight,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just my older brother.
We were in fights a lot, like as kids in the development. Remember fucking Art and Justin West?
Yeah,
Little
forget
fucking
him.
shits.
Kid,
God, they're the worst.
kids became like an arson.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. He lit a gas station on fire with
I
the
know.
custodian.
We shouldn't be bringing that up.
I don't give a fuck. He's
I
a
worked
fucking
with
shitbag.
his brother at
He's
CVS.
the worst.
And we were
Which
outside
one?
smoking art.
Okay.
And we were outside smoking cigarettes. He was like,
No, Art was the bad one.
I know.
Oh, okay.
And then he was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna get locked up. And I was like,
Like, no shit.
I was like, why? He was like, I started a fire. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, dude. He was the fucking
I
worst.
never thought that anybody
Hey.
would say that their life is boring compared to ours.
Right.
But Henry just said that.
Anymore, it's like,
It's just like, no, when I talk
like
to
this
people,
is
I'm
the
like,
highlight
wow.
of my week at this point.
Right? Like, it's funny because I had stories like when I first started hanging out with like Pat and well, I mean not Pat but like Glickman and all them. Like my stories of like everything were like what my friendship with them was based around. But I got in fights with them a lot, and the kids in development like Shane McLaughlin, a bunch of other assholes and everything like that.
You remember Tommy Mahalik?
Yes,
I
What a
beat the
douche.
shit
What a little
out of this
douche that
kid.
was.
He was
What has
choking
this
my
become?
friend.
I know. I'm sure this means a whole lot to you guys.
I'm like, what?
That was
I'm
one of the
like,
worst fights
No,
I
but
was in.
funniest thing, I just really funny. Justin West comes over. He's trying to like fight me at one point. I'm just trying to.
We
like,
really
like,
should stop using first and last names. It's
Yeah,
so
it's
hard.
true.
It's so hard, but I'm
You're
sure
right.
we should stop.
But I'm just trying to walk. I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. And he's just like, he's pushing me and everything like that. And then I drop my shit. I turn around and he goes to kick me. I grab his foot. I push back and he's like hopping. He's like, straight. He has no idea what to do. And I just flipped him the fuck over.
That's the
and
thing
just
about
walked over.
fights
He's like, "Oh!"
is they're super awkward when you actually watch one.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Like it's not like it's just
No.
two guys like
Yeah.
wailing at each other, trying to get each other down to the
trying
ground.
to wrap your
and-
mind around the
Yeah,
situation.
it's just you're just swinging for the fences. Like
Yeah.
like there's no strategies when people fight for the most
I
part.
had one cool. I've been in a bunch of fights. It's never like that cool. You fight, and it's over like much quicker than you think.
Oh yeah, because all it takes is one punch.
I had one cool fight where this girl I dated in high school, before I dated her, we were just friends, had a really abusive boyfriend, and she like cried wolf a lot about him. And like one time she had she had texted me and said he like just showed up at her house. I was like, do you like invite him there? Because she was that way, where she would like
Yeah.
he's there because like, oh, I forgot to mention I asked him to come. You know what I mean? But this guy showed up and like he was drunk and stuff, and it was like not a good scene. And so she had called me, and she never called me. She always texted. And I was like, what's up? What's going on? She was like, so-and-so's here, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And she was like, can you please come here? And I was like, this is serious. She's never asked me to go there. And I was like, okay, I'm leaving. I go there, and this kid is like, he's like breaking windows and stuff in this girl's house. Dude, I walked in this front door, and I immediately just one shot laid this kid out. I was like, don't get up. And I called the cops. And I just waited, and that was it. And I just waited there for the cops to come.
Funny thing, tell about when you got your house broken into, or almost got it by.
Oh, it's a
what's his
kid.
name? That was
The-
funny as
the
shit.
van?
for you. That I didn't know about this, and I know this asshole.
Yeah, he's a dick.
He's the worst, but this
So
is
my
funny as
basement-
shit.
What is his first and last name?
So my house got broken into once. This kid texted me. Hadn't talked to him in a long time. I'll make this short. I was going out to a party. I was like, that's weird. Haven't heard from this kid. He was
Lives in the same development.
yeah. He's like, what's going on? I was like, nothing, dude. He's like, would you want to like, what are you doing tonight? Like, you gonna be around? And I was like, I'm going to a party. I was like, maybe we can hang out like some other time. Didn't think anything of it. I get home that night. Me and my buddy Kevin were crashing in my basement. We go downstairs, glass everywhere. The files knocked over. Shit's everywhere. We're like, what the fuck? Turns out my dad was missing a bunch of money. My mom was missing like jewelry and stuff. So I'm like, didn't put it together right away. I was like, well, that's fucking sucks. We've never been broken into. This neighborhood's like pretty safe. Mm-hmm. So then like it dawns on me in the middle of the night. I shot awake from it. I was like, motherfucker. I was like, it was this kid who fucking texted me. And then I told my parents, I was like, I think I know who did blah blah. And they're like, that makes a lot of sense. And we heard such and such about him, and he's been like going down a bad way and stuff. So like a week or so later, I'm walking out front of my house to go to the gym. I am like just approaching my car, and who you think comes walking around the corner but this fucking kid. Dude, he like approaches like, what's up, man? Just all casual. I drop my bag, and in the same swoop, I grab this kid by the shirt, and I just like slam him against my van. Like, fuck, it looks legit like back.
This is when he became Batman.
It was legit like Batman. I slammed him into the bed. I was like, "Did you break into my fucking house?" He was like, "No." He was like borderline crying. This kid is very small too.
Yeah.
He's like a third my size. And I was like, "Yes, you fucking did." I was like, "Don't come near this house ever." He was like, "I have to go this way to get to work. I have to find a new fucking way."
Well, the goal tonight, one of the goals is for you guys to get to know us better. I think that happened. I think.
Later on in life, that kid was shot in the face by a cop.
Yeah.
Survived.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, he
Survived.
Yeah, he survived.
Shot in the
I
leg.
thought you were saying.
At his grandmother's house in South Philly.
Yeah, shot in the leg and then shot across the cheek. So he really was headed down a bad path.
And on that note,
Is that it?
we gotta
is that
wrap
how
it
we
up.
gotta end
It's
it?
1:00. We have to end it. I would love to
Jesus
keep going. I would
Christ.
love to just keep talking about this kind of stuff.
It's fun to like talk about
Video
real-
games.
Yeah. No, I said this was the point. We were just going to answer any questions you guys had. It was all about you guys getting to know us.
Yeah.
And you guys did, I think. Got to know us a little better tonight. But we do want to thank some people. We had several follows tonight. Thank you to followers from Some1720. We also had Zeph FPS, Johnny Poolside Refollowed, TJ Held, Lady Ice Sis, All S Op Girl, Josh B Gaming, Luke Ass Arts, and Hids. Thank you for the
Luke
follows.
Ass
We also had a
Arts.
donation from Miss Mel.
Awesome.
And we also had a patronage from Leroy Brown.
even just as awesome.
Yes, those are all awesome. Thank you so much. And let's
Thank
go
you,
into
thank
our
you.
other special thanks. Of
So
course. Got all of our patron
Talking
subs
about
and our
fighting
donators, of
people
course,
and
to get through.
doing
First up, let's do a special thanks out to our top donators. They are GameKiller305, Ebenezer Giza, Henry DJP, Topes29340, Mahogany327, YT Gamers, Johnny Poolside, DragonCon9, Tyspin. Your Average Psych is our top donator now at $300. Our subs are The Nine Fox, Greg Verga, Johnny Poolside, DeLone Gunman, Bass023S, Topes29340, Vitak, GameKiller305, Your Average Psych, Guitar Freak 12345, Tyspin, YT Gamers, Girl That Games, Kelly Jellyfish, Abtist, and KP 2.0.
And new tonight, Hids.
And his was our new subscriber tonight. Patrons, Pussfield Scab, Tyspin, BMC Music, TX Puck, DragonCon, Mark Conklin, Alex Busos98, Lionhammer, Guitar Freak 12345, Baz023S, Topes29340, Ginkgo Swag, Dan Piush, Temps Moriendi, Kelly Jellyfish, Chris Taylor, Girl Like Games, and Derek Sunday. And finally, our moderators who are Pussfield Scab, The Nine Fox, TX Puck, GFN2112, Ghost Games, and Guitar Freak 12345. I should probably put that as Johnny Poolside now because it's actually Johnny Poolside who's our moderator. Thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate all of you for what you do for us. Maybe next week we'll hit that big 8,000. But keep it in mind. Keep sharing the show. Keep following. Hit that heart button at twitch.tv/levelupshow. Hopefully we can hit it next week. We'll be on throughout this week, of course, with gaming talk shows and game streams. I might actually stream tomorrow.
Yeah, you're saying that. What are you thinking about?
Greg, what are you doing tomorrow? Are you doing in-day?
Yeah, at 11.
At 11. Okay, so that gives me a little bit of time before Greg streams in-day.
If you stream, I will watch it.
Awesome. I probably will do something. I don't know what, though. Maybe if you guys have recommendations,
I
shout
will
'em out.
probably stream Wednesday. Not what we've been talking about because nothing's ready there yet. But
Yeah.
I probably would stream a game or something.
What would you guys like me to stream? Is there anything in particular you guys would like me to stream?
What have you been
know,
playing?
you
Did you
have.
say?
I don't know. I mean, I don't want
I
to go on
want
him
Drew
because Greg
to
already
stream
did it.
Yeah.
I want Drew to stream the opening of Mass Effect 2.
I would, but Mike has the Elgato HD right now.
Is there anything you've been like holding off on starting or something that you were excited about playing?
You could do Wii U.
There's
Said that like straight
Ratchet
gangster.
and Clank. I haven't gotten back to. I still have Ratchet and Clank to get to. I could do that.
You could do that.
I don't know. I have to think about it.
We'll also think about it.
Yeah.
I will most likely stream some Lego Star Wars Wednesday.
Yeah, tweet at us, guys. Tweet at me if you want to let me know something that I could stream. I can't do Mass Effect, as I said, because I don't have the original Elgato right now, the one that does PS3. I only have the
I just
Elgato
want you to
HD60.
skip Mass Effect 1. I want you to play the comic book intro to Mass Effect 2, and then just play the opening, Drew, and you'll fucking fall in love with that franchise.
Mass
I'm
Effect
telling
1
you.
is good, dude.
It's good, but the intro to Mass Effect 2 will
Dated
sell
by
Drew on the
book is the biggest
franchise. I
problem.
bet you anything.
A lot of people say that.
Thank you so much, Hiltz, for his sub tonight. He also said, glad I found you guys. I can't wait for future shows and streams. We're on all week long with Game
Love
Talk
that.
shows and game streams. We're on every Sunday with the Level Up Show proper.
We're happy to have you.
So yeah, hit that heart button or sub if you want to be like Hiltz. because I will be on all week long. Greg is on tomorrow with Inday. I'll do some game streaming. Dean on Wednesday with some game streaming. Mike on Tuesday with some game streaming.
Every Tuesday.
And I'm gonna try. We're gonna, like we were saying earlier.
Yeah, we were talking
all
about
gonna
this.
be trying to stream more frequently. I'm gonna try to like. I think I'm gonna be like back on Wednesdays, even when school starts back up. I'm gonna try to make an effort to just
even like an hour.
I like streaming. So.
And as you guys can see, we're definitely pushing harder on our YouTube now, putting more and more videos up. So go to youtube.com/levelupnetwork. Sub while you're there. Like all of our E3 reactions that went up last week. They did very well for us.
Big changes coming.
Yeah, big changes coming in the future. We'll talk about that next week, though.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for watching tonight, guys. Really appreciate all the support. We'll catch you throughout the week. Until next time, take care. And as always, don't forget to...
Level up!
Oh my God, Greg. Man, we have stories, dude.
Thank you, TX Puck, for posting NeoGAF. If anybody's new to our channel, is also a member of NeoGAF, please go to that link provided. That is our official NeoGAF topic. Love to make that active.
I love our intro.
I don't ever do it. I don't know why you always wait for me to do a thing. I'll never go do it.
We will high five them.
Yeah, I'll always have fun.
That was good.
Level up, everybody. Greg with his cape.
Happy Gay Pride Month to all the LGBT community out there. We love
Happy
you.
Gay Pride Month to you, my friend.
Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate
So long, everybody. We'll catch you tomorrow. Hey, Level Uppers. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to check out our other content, please do.
Like your favorite superhero podcast, Power Up, right here.
Or for everything PlayStation. It only does PlayStation right there.
For movies, television, and Netflix, check out the Lights Up Show down this way.
And for the latest episode of our gaming talk show, The Level Up Show, go right there. But most importantly, please don't forget to subscribe right there.
Nailed it.
We did it.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
that was good.
Which one do you think they'll click on?
I think Level Up Show, obviously.
Hopefully, all of
It
them.
only does
Yeah.
PlayStation.
I would like if they watched them all, I think.
Lights Up is new, though. I think they should definitely check that out.
Lights Up's a new one. Power Up's always a
running
new
about
one.
7-8 seconds now.
Yeah.
We're
Well, you think they've clicked on something?
we're still here, so no.
I think they should.
We should
Did
give
you
them a little
Did
bit
you
more.
click on something?
Click on something, guys.
We need to go.
What the hell are you
I'm going to give it
waiting
3
for?
seconds.
Watch
We have
all
things
of
to
them.
do.
Three,
Just click.
Stare them
Two,
down. Stare them down until they do it.
1.
Ah!